Welcome to Nova's Tarot Corner.
Hi.
I'm Gianna.
I'm Ciara. I am a producer for Twitch Slays D&D, our main campaign on Wednesdays.
This is Rosie. She wants to introduce herself to everybody. Say hello. Look at that.
Wait, I want to see Rosie.
Hi, Rosie. I play Nova in our stream Twitch Slays D&D. Our D&D campaign on this channel. And yeah, we're gonna be doing some tarot reading. What was I gonna say? Oh, obviously it looks a little different today. I'm in my home.
I am once
happy
again.
birthday.
Yeah.
Sure.
Sorry, go ahead.
It was in February and I haven't taken it down. Yes, it's a happy birthday poster for Gianna. Stupid. And also I won't be doing the tarot card readings today. Ciara will be. And I have my cute little cat tarot deck that I will be showing all of y'all what my cards look like. And then yeah.
So, thank you so much, TK. It's nice to see you here. Welcome to the stream. Hi, Lemon. Hi, Cowboy. Nice to see you all.
Oh my gosh.
This is your fourth tarot stream.
Tarot.
Yes.
Nice.
Oh my gosh.
Nice.
It has been. It doesn't feel like it's been that long, does it?
No, I also feel like we're like, even with the D&D stream, like I feel like it's only been like a couple weeks, and it's literally been since like November. Like,
I know.
what is that,
yeah.
6 months?
It's been a little over 6 months since we've been doing that. Isn't that crazy?
That is bizarre. Like I don't feel like that at all.
Yeah, it's time flies when you're having fun. I really hope that that's the reason.
That is the reason.
And not anything else any more insidious than that.
No, I love you guys, and it's been so much fun, and I love all of you guys watching. Hi Lemon, you're the best. I love you. And
I just kicked my light.
Oh no.
I'm good.
Also, I got this shirt and I am debuting it today. This is the first time I've worn it, but look at the little suns and the moons on it.
Oh my gosh! This is, once again, I did not dress up for Tarot Corner as much as you did. I should be ashamed. I don't have any stars and moon shirts here. Well, I would have to go out and buy some.
I went shopping last weekend because I think I told you, oh my god, there's a hair in my eye and I like literally can't get it out. I think I told you that, did I tell you that I got a new washer and dryer?
You did not.
Okay, so I got a new washer and dryer. Everyone, hi, welcome to my story time. It's actually the best story in the world. It took forever to like get it installed, and like my cat is ripping up everything in my room, so I'll have to go up in a minute. But I got a new washer and dryer. They installed my washer and dryer, and they took away my old unit, and I was like super excited about it because I was like, I don't have to do any work. I just paid them and like whatever. Turns out I had a load of darks in my old washer.
No.
Yeah.
Oh no.
They took it away and they didn't check before they left. So I lost like, I would say like 50% of my dark clothes.
Oh man, so that's like a huge chunk of my wardrobe too. Yeah, I would die.
Right? I was like, fuck. It was, oh my god, all my masks were in there. Like, I wash all my masks together, and so all my masks were in there.
No.
All of my clothes were in there. Like half of my darks were in there, and I did not get it back because I didn't want to be a hassle or a burden. So I went shopping last weekend, and I got this shirt. And honestly, it's kind of worth the loss of my other clothes. So
I had to struggle to find something like a color to wear tonight, because I realized that it's like you are always wearing like pink and white, and I'm always wearing red and black on these streams. I think there's like 2 of them where I was wearing pink, and I was like, man, like I changed locations in the hotel room. I have these dark curtains behind me. I should wear something colored to like stand out from my background more. And this was like it. Like I realized most of the clothes that I brought up here are black or like a nice red. So I've got the vampire aesthetic down up here in Canada, and it's I'm not mad about it. I mean, I'm looking fresh, but Dang, all my colored clothes are not. I have one blue like sweater. And I have like one dark
sweater?
green sweater. And that's about it.
Oh my gosh. I have so many colors. Like pink is probably no, pink isn't a huge wardrobe color for me. But I have a lot of colors for sure.
I love colors. I just tend to find that the kinds of like cuts of clothes that I like only come in either black or an ugly color.
Yeah.
And so like, or like I'll try a shirt in black and then I'll try on the exact same shirt in another color and the black one just looks better.
Yeah, right?
Maybe it's just me.
New wardrobe sounds amazing. Honestly, period. Period, Lemon.
Yeah.
New wardrobe.
Quick question for everybody. We are playing around with the tech stuff today. How's the sound? How's our voices? And can you hear the music okay?
Please let us know. Thanks so much.
Yeah, just as I asked that, the music kind of lulled because it's going into a new song. So give it a second because I can even hear that it's really quiet right now. But yeah, let us know if our voices sound okay and if you guys can hear the music.
Yeah.
And for anybody new that's jumping in, you can queue on the panel. If you're on desktop, there's a panel right below the video where you can click join. You might have to allow permissions, grant permission to it. Or if you're on your phone, there should be the little black and white icon at the top of your chat box. So you can join our queue.
Yeah. Thanks for joining, everybody.
Yeah.
We're out here. Living the dream.
Okay.
Okay.
So, I guess, Grogrin, thank you. I was on 2-track, so I just switched my mic to mono. Let me see if that helps. It went away. Okay, that's great. Perfect. Awesome. So it looks like Magikarp is the first one on the list, so I'm gonna start shuffling. And Gianna, did you end up finding any questions for us for today?
I found like 300 something questions to ask. So let me pull them up.
And then Magikarp, what kind of reading do you want? Very important question right there to start.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh my gosh. I just like, there's so many questions that I could.
First one that jumps out at you.
Okay, let's see. Okay. What's the best or worst practical joke that you've played on someone or that was played on you?
Okay, I have a story for this. Do you have like a short answer before I get into it? I just dropped all of the cards.
Oh no.
Like not even one, like a huge chunk of them.
They all popped out. They all are
Yeah.
shooting.
Yeah.
Also, I'm so sorry if anyone hears like my cat running around. She has the zoomies right now. So, and it's just perfect because I have my cat tarot deck.
You're just, you're themed tonight.
Yeah, right? I'm just on theme, on brand.
There you go.
Okay, I do have one I pulled on my friend. It's like not that serious, but like there's this guy that like, he's a mutual friend of ours. This is my old roommate. And we were like talking and I was like, oh my God, like you should totally date him. And like, he's liked her for so long. And I was like, you should just totally date him. And she was like, where is this coming from? Like, what's going on? And I was like, he Venmo'd me $20 to like try to convince you to date him. I'm really sorry. Like, I just couldn't deny the $20. Like, I really needed it. And she was like, wait, what the hell? Like, I'm so mad. Like, I can't believe you would do that. Oh my God. Like, I can't believe he would do that. And turns out like she was gonna like call him. She was like gonna text him and be like, how could you? And then I finally stopped her after like 20 minutes and I was like, it's a joke. I was just kind of going along with it, and I'm really sorry that it like upset you. And she was like, what the hell? What? That's not even a joke. That's just mean. And I was like, I'm sorry. I thought it was funny, and like my improv skills are impeccable. Like when I like pull a prank, I'm pretty good with like any follow-up questions that might happen. Like I'm really good on the spot. So everything she was asking, I like just made up something on the spot, and she believed it. And it was quite funny for me, but not funny for her.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna answer this question, and then we're gonna tell you what your reading means, Magikarp. I already know. I'm like, as I pulled it up, I'm like, this seems perfect. So right at the beginning of quarantine, our house and another house that was filled with other like Disney employees are kind of live close to each other, and they one night like forked our lawn, you know, where you like take plastic forks. Oh yeah. And they like whipped creamed our driveway and all that stuff, and like left a note on our door like letting us know that it was from them. And so we wanted to prank them back. And so instead of doing something like simple, like with the forks, which was really simple from them, Zach, who is our roommate, who's like basically an engineer, came up with like the most convoluted way, because you know how like when you drop Mentos in Diet Coke, it like fizzes?
Yeah.
So we strapped 3 big like 2-liter bottles of Diet Coke together, but we wanted them to like see it blow up. We didn't want it to just have blown up and then they open their door and there's like, you know, sticky stuff on their driveway. So he created like a mousetrap-esque funnel that went on all of the bottles with the Mento perched in it, but there was like a little kind of like a trap door that was holding the Mentos in from the bottle. And the trap door was tied on a string to their doorknob. So if they were to open their door, it would pull the trap door, the Mentos would fall in, and it would explode. And we had no idea if this was gonna work. We didn't have like a really good way of testing it. I think we tested like 1 bottle, and then we're like, okay, we gotta do this. And they have a Ring doorbell. So we had to try to find a way to like, we had a very small window of time where we like put tape over the camera of the Ring doorbell, and we had to hope that they like didn't check the notification on their phone right away. Yeah. To like place the bottles, tie the string to the doorknob, and then like run. And of course, like, I am the most clumsy person in the world, and I was like, I don't really want to have anything to do with the Mentos and the Coke part. Can I do anything else? But when we ended up like doling out all of the rolls, I ended up being the one that like carried the Coke bottles, I think, or something. And one of the Mentos fell in as I was carrying it, and it was totally my fault. But then we just had to keep going with it and like hope that the other 2 worked, and then just like ran for it. And I obviously, like, they never gave us the satisfaction of knowing if it worked or not. Like, who knows, maybe they just opened their door and nothing happened, or, you know, maybe it went off when they weren't there and they just opened the door and there was just sticky stuff all over the driveway. Who knows? But that was the most convoluted prank I've ever been part of pulling. Damn. Easily.
There was just like, there's so much like that went into that.
Yeah. When you have like basically an engineer for a roommate, everything is way more complicated than you'd ever think possible. That's for sure.
Yeah. That's so
okay,
funny.
Magikarp. I'm trying to look at my book as little as possible, and I'm trying to get to a point where I can do the readings off of vibes alone, because that's kind of the point. You're supposed to trust your instincts and everything. And over the past couple of times that we've done this, we've been using Gianna's deck, and I'm like garbage with Gianna's deck because, you know, the pictures are different, so I don't quite remember what they mean. We're using my deck now, and so I'm going to just like boom, boom, boom. I'm going to tell you exactly what these mean. It's going to be great. And it's funny enough that, you know, I shuffled these really, really well, but I'm going to tell you the story of your life. So in the past, you have the King of Swords. The King of Swords is a man who values discipline over emotion. This is a kind of person that tends to be an authoritative figure, someone in the military, a judge, a lawyer, something like that. So there was a man in your past who was, let's just say, someone of authority, you know, maybe a military man, maybe a police officer. But that's in your past. In your present, you have the Nine of Cups. Now, this cup card refers to your wish. This is like the pleasure card. This is like your wishes being fulfilled. So something in your present that you've been like working towards and thinking about is finally being fulfilled. And that's why, you know, the man is raising the cup in a cheer, because he is, you know, getting his wish. And like every book that I've ever read about this card is like, yeah, wish fulfillment card. So hey, that thing in the past that was maybe bugging you about, let's say, a police officer, is being resolved in the present, and you're starting to look forward to that wish being fulfilled. And then in your future is the Three of Cups cards, which is the celebration card. You can see the three women are dancing, they have ribbons, they're celebrating. So this just goes to show that the thing that you're working towards in your present that is going to help overcome the problem of this man in your past is going to lead to celebration, especially surrounded by friends and loved ones and people that you trust. And this also can be like family or like a found family kind of thing. You're going to be celebrating with those people soon in your future. I did not make this up. I am literally just telling you what these cards mean, but I think they work pretty well for what's going on in your life right now, and hopefully
That's nuts.
it's a very positive reading compared to, it's really funny because I know that a lot of the readings that we've done for you in the past kind of had a similar like trend of kind of telling you the same thing over and over again. And this is the first reading that we've done for you that have given us like a vastly different meaning, you know?
Yeah.
So it seems like things are in motion, you know, things are coming along. I'm really excited and happy for you.
Yay, magic card. The cards really do be coming for them.
Yeah. Who couldn't be me, who just got off of a virtual interview with potential housemates in Cali, and they're ready to sign the lease. There you go.
Yeah. Living the dream.
Congratulations.
Yay, magic card. Thanks for moving to Cali. We're so excited to have you.
We are so excited. I mean, I'm not going to like offer up any information that you want to offer up, but if you're gonna offer that up in the chat, yeah. What this is telling me is that your move is gonna be really exciting and happy, and you're gonna be celebrating with friends and loved ones soon. So that's very good.
I feel like the move is just gonna be the ultimate move, you know? Like, not the ultimate move as in like the ultimate, like, you know what I mean? It's gonna be the move in like slang terms. Like, it's gonna be the like way to go.
I see what you're saying. Yeah, it's like the right move for you.
Yeah,
it's the right thing to do, is what you're saying.
Yeah, like, you know when someone's like, oof, that's the move.
Yeah,
Like,
that's a move. Yeah.
That is so true. That's what's happening here. So, yeah. Wow, Magikarp, living the dream.
I'm gonna just adjust
California
this
dream.
scene a little bit. Ugh. Okay, let's see if that looks a little better. Did that work?
For what? What are we doing?
Oh, there was just a little overlap in text I was trying to fix.
Oh.
Oh, well. You know what? It's fine.
Hi, Phoenix Raven. Welcome in.
Hey! How's it going?
Thanks for
How have you
joining.
been?
If you want a tarot card reading, we are doing a new system.
Yes.
Where we're doing like a little like app-like thing.
Mm-hmm. It is an extension on Twitch. There's a little panel below the video if you are on desktop. If you're on mobile, it's a little icon, a little black and white icon above your chat. And you can just click on that, grant it permission, and then join the queue.
Yeah. Okay.
We're off to a great start already.
Let's find another question.
Yeah, please. Did anyone in the chat sound off about any pranks that they had played?
I want to hear about some people. Like...
Yeah.
Oh wait, I have a genuine, like, this is like not really a question about you, but like kind of this is like a pure question.
Yeah.
Like, just also I'm kind of interested to see what everyone's answer would be. Which celebrity do you think is the most down to earth? I have an answer.
Are we talking about like a celebrity or like a nerd celebrity? Because I feel like those are very different things.
I feel like celebrity that's like famous. Oh my god, Rosie's zoomies are sending me over the edge.
Lemon, you're up next if you want to let me know what kind of reading you would like.
Yeah. Do YouTubers count? I would say yes.
Because that's the kind of question I have too, because all of my favorite celeb people are like nerdy YouTube celebrities or, stuff like that.
Yeah, I just want to know because like, when people get famous, they get really like full of themselves or like bitchy because they're like, they think they're the shit and they're used to getting everything their way. I feel like what's the word? Like an A-list celebrity or like an A or B-list celebrity. Like, who do you think would be the most down to earth?
Okay. TK says like Jack or Mark, so that's, I'm assuming Jacksepticeye or Markiplier, which was kind of one of my answers too. The first thing that popped into my head was like Markiplier, because he works so freaking hard. And, I don't think he necessarily takes anything for granted. I don't know if he'd be considered, like, even a B-list actor, though. Because he's obviously very, very YouTube famous. But I don't know if you walked up to, like, the average person if they would know who he is.
Yeah. Yeah, like, I don't know who that is.
They play video games. So Jacksepticeye and Markiplier are both, like, two of the biggest video gamers on YouTube.
Got it.
Yeah. Shugaway says Henry Cavill. That's, I think, a good answer. He's a huge freaking nerd, too.
Yeah.
I love that about him.
Also, if you have proof, please sound off in the chat. Because I've heard stories of people meeting celebrities, and they're like, oh my god, you're actually, like, the nicest person alive.
That's a good question. I haven't really met any celebrities. Which I think is, like, sad, because I've lived in LA for a while, and I've, like, come across a couple of people in passing, or, like, from afar, but I haven't, like, met any celebrities. That makes me kind of sad.
Yeah. I've met quite a few. I have a list on my phone.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, like, who I've met. I can go on my list and see, but, like, I can, like, name some notable people, like John Travolta, James Corden, who else?
TK is calling me out for having my chance with Mark and letting it slip. Well remembered. I could have talked to Markiplier, but I wanted to respect him and his privacy, and so I let him walk away.
Got it.
Which I'm still kind of sad about, because I also, like, wasn't, a huge fan of his at the time. I just kind of like knew who he was, but I didn't watch a lot of his videos as religiously as I do now. So yeah, I definitely let that one pass. Wow. Okay. I just pulled Lemon's cards and we got hella major arcana going on here. What was your answer, Gianna?
I think who I would think would be the most down to earth would be, this is kind of biased, but Harry Styles. But I know a lot of people who have met him and they've been like, oh my god, he's the nicest person ever. Like, he will take his time with you. And like, one of my friends met him and she was like sobbing to him, and he was like, he like pulled her in for a hug and like literally just held her until she like calmed down. And it's like,
That's very
you don't
sweet.
see celebrities like that, like who are like so famous like him. Like you don't see them do that. But like I will say celebrities I've met who are very nice. Anne Hathaway, so nice, like very sweet. And Hillary Clinton actually was very nice too.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's good.
And David Tennant as well. He was
You've met David Tennant?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, that was backstage at Disney.
Oh man. I'm
Yeah.
jealous. I'm very jealous.
He was super nice. He like, it was very quick, but like, we were stretching backstage before going out, and like, he walked like right in front of me, and he like he was like wearing like a little bit, like, I think he was wearing a hat or something, but he like tipped his head and he was like, hello? And I was like, hi. And he was like, pardon me, thank you. And I was like, okay. Like, interrupt my stretching, I guess. But he's super nice, yeah.
That's sweet.
So,
That's sweet.
Yeah. Anyway, Lemon, let's get to your cards.
Yeah, let's do that. All right, so this is a finance reading. In the past, we have the Hanging Man. In the present, we have Strength, and in the future, we have the Star. So yeah, wow, some major energy coming your way.
Wait, the Star?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's one of my favorite cards.
I will let you talk about that one when we get to it.
Okay.
So from a financial standpoint, in the past, you have sacrificed yourself and your needs and like maybe things that you wanted in the moment for a chance at the future. So, you know, maybe in a sense, like you spent a lot of money to get student loans to be able to, you know, get a degree to get a job, or you really budgeted and you really had to save up or build up to make ends meet, even when, you know, something was really tempting or something seemed like it would bring you momentary happiness. You've definitely had to like budget your finances and put your immediate wants and needs aside, maybe even not like immediate needs, maybe even like bigger plans and goals you've had to put aside for like a selfless reason or a noble reason. And luckily that's in the past. It seems like you're probably in a much more stable position now, or at least on your way to a more stable position, because in the present we have Strength, and this is all the inner strength that it has taken you. And it talks about, you know, when those kinds of opportunities or problems come up, you are able to, you know, use discipline, use kindness, use your intellect over, and like it helps to overcome those momentary issues, and you deal with those problems in a very strong, mentally strong kind of way. And that's good. That's good. You're in a place now where you've kind of settled and you're able to build yourself up, and your integrity and your inner strength helps you along the way. So that then leads to the future, which is the Star card, which I will let Gianna talk about because it's one of her favorites.
The Star card is just truly one of my faves, but I also like don't have my book with me, so like I'm so sorry if I butcher it a little bit. Cece, I'm gonna need you to help me out a little bit.
That's okay, because it's all on vibes, you know?
Okay, perfect. This is the Star card for the Cat Tarot deck. Look how cute it is! But yeah, the Star card is the Wish card, correct?
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, yeah. So it's the Wish card,
and Hope.
So Hope. Yeah. So when it comes to like finances, this is in the future placement, right?
Yes.
So this is like very good. Like everything that you're manifesting for, everything that like you're wanting, is going to happen. And this is like a great sign that like to follow your gut. I do have my little cat tarot book here, but it's like very vague. So like, it's basically just like, in this card, like the cat pours out the water perhaps to nourish the earth, and this is the path of healing, forgiveness, and success. So carry on, because it's all good things.
Yeah.
And I love this little quote, but it says, like Polaris, this card guides us to our personal true north. I
Ooh.
love that.
That is a good. So, yeah, Lemon, what this is basically telling me from a financial standpoint is you've definitely had financial hardships in the past. You've had to prioritize some things over another, even if it was something you really wanted because you knew, it was smarter or wiser to budget rather than just spend your money. And now you've kind of stabilized into a place of strength where those immediate temptations don't rock you as much. You're able to kind of look at things from a balanced point of view, buy what you need, hold off on what you don't. And in the future, your finances are going to keep shining. You have to keep up hope for one thing, because, none of us get rich overnight. And, even the lottery you have to pay taxes on. But as long as you just keep a positive attitude, you keep trucking along, things are going to look up for the best.
Yeah.
And also, hi Ninja Queen, it's been a while since we've seen you. It's nice to see you again.
Ninja Queen, hi.
Yeah, I don't know if you've tuned in since I've been out of the country, but I am in Canada, which is why we stopped Tarot Corner for a while, but we found a way to zoom ourselves in and we're back.
Yeah, very exciting stuff.
Yeah.
Also, Lemon, I know you said, what if you overthink it? Just like, I know it's super hard because like I'm the biggest overthinker probably on the planet. Like when it comes to like everything. Just follow your gut, like whatever your intuition and gut is telling you, just like take that and run with it because like I don't know, like your intuition, a lot of people just like don't listen to it, and it's truly just like the one, like it's the one thing that like keeps me sane is like listening to my gut.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't know, just I know things like if I feel it in my gut like something's wrong, something is 99.9% probably like
yeah.
Probably.
I think the power of the human subconscious is really strong, and I don't think a lot of people like actively realize that a lot of the times when you're, like red flags ping in your head, or if, you're facing two choices and one is calling to you more strongly, even if you're not sure why, like your body and your like brain know more than you actively know. So just, don't try not to overthink things, which is, not helpful to say. It's like, oh, just don't overthink. Oh, just don't have anxiety, but
yeah.
Try to remember.
Much easier said than done.
Right, of course, but like I think it just comes with like practicing mindfulness, if you could like practice meditation, sometimes that helps, and just like always remember that, at least what I believe is that, everything will work out in the end, and if things aren't working out, that's because it's not the end. Like
that is so true, Ciara. That is so true.
Yeah, hindsight is 20/20, and it's like it's not until things are said and done that we can look back and realize that they worked out exactly the way that they were supposed to. So if you're in the middle of it, like you won't see how it all plays out until you're out of the thick of it, but just trust the process. And I like to think of my life, we're gonna get a little philosophical. I like to think of my life like a story. Like I'm a writer, and so I always kind of look at my life like, I'm the main character of a book because I have main character syndrome, like no one's fucking business. But, books kind of jump over the boring parts, like like movies always jump the boring scenes, and life is if you're the main character in a story, you could be working through some stuff that you don't think is exciting, but like if you take a step back and look at it from like the long-term point of view, like your life is really exciting, and it's all part of like this grand arc of your development, and you're gonna end up in a really cool place, and you'll look back and you'll realize like it was all meant to be that way. So
yeah, period.
Yay.
Period.
All right, so next up on the list is TK Digiboy. Let us know what category you would like for your reading, and in the meantime, let's get to those spicy questions, Gianna.
Okay, I have one.
Okay.
It's the 69th question of this list.
Oh my god! I said spicy and you just had to do it, didn't you?
I had to do it to you guys. But it's honestly like before I saw the 69, like it was already the question I was gonna ask.
Okay, sure.
You're gonna know why when I say it. If magic was real, what spell would you try to learn first?
Oh, that's hard. That's rough. Oh gosh.
I know, right? Isn't that so good?
Like, okay, how general of a spell, like, does it mean, though?
Like, just, I think whatever spell, like, think of any sort of spell that you think would work.
Okay.
And, like, it doesn't have to be like a certain level. Like, it doesn't have to be like D&D where it's like, I want to learn a level 20 spell, like, or level 9. I guess level 9 is the highest. But like, I don't know, just
okay.
something.
This is kind of similar to like the if you had one superpower, what superpower would you pick question?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go with my answer for that one, even though I don't think it's the best choice.
Okay.
But I have two answers for this. One is always super strength, because like if I had to pick one superpower, I almost always say super strength. I like the idea of like looking like a wimpy little girl, and then if like something were to happen, I'd just and like kick ass.
Yeah.
But the idea that someone told me like years ago that has stuck with me ever since, which I think is a really clever answer, is interdimensional locker. The ability to like open up like a door in space and time basically, and like pull out anything, like just have like a little pocket where you can store stuff, and then
like a pocket dimension.
Yeah, but like being able to grab it wherever you are. So like you know, if I was in the middle of work and I needed my phone charger and it was all the way at home, you know, I would have like an extra one stored in this interdimensional locker and grab it. But like this can be even bigger things. You know, you could store emergency supplies, you could store weapons, you could store outfits, different changes of clothes, like just literally anything and everything in this like interdimensional locker. And then no matter where you are, no matter what happens, like you could just pull an item out that you need.
Yeah.
I think that's a cool spell
really
that I
cool
would
spell.
use a lot, because I hate lugging stuff around, and I don't like purses. I'm one of those people, I don't like purses, and I don't like carrying stuff in my pockets. I think it would be nice to just be able to like wisp things out of air.
This is true.
Some other people had some good answers. Ward Lemon would say always ward. Great answer. Very you know,
ward is
safe
like,
and
like safe stuff, like protection stuff.
Yeah, like a shield, like ward. I think that's very good. That's a very good first spell, because then you know, if you can protect yourself, you can learn stuff later. Read minds, protection. Shugaway says charm person, and I just have to say that Patrick would want to have a word with you, because there's a whole bunch of you know, ethical questions about charming a person in real life and what kinds of like connotations that has. But we will leave that to Patrick on Wednesdays, because he, you know, loves that topic of conversation.
Yeah, he really does.
Magic Carp would want one that benefits people, or Fireball.
Yes.
Which actually, that also reminds me, I would do probably heal first. I would love to learn a healing spell first and foremost, because then you could just like heal yourself. You could, you know, if anybody has a headache, you could just heal that.
That's true.
TK would want to be able to read emotions and change them. Similar to like charm person, but I think a little more benign, a little less.
Maybe kind of like calm emotions, where it's like
calm emotions is good.
sad.
Yeah.
You know, that you could just be like, you're no longer sad, like calm down, it's okay.
Yeah. It's not nearly as bad as charm person, but I think it's obviously still has some bad connotations, like because people are, you know, valid in their feelings, and like if someone's mad about something, that you shouldn't necessarily take that away from them. But I think it would be very useful in situations where their emotions aren't appropriate. You know, when Karens get unnecessarily angry because a store closed, and they want to
Right.
get in. Like, that would be
Yeah.
super useful.
Yeah. I think I would want to learn. There's a couple that I'm like kind of. I don't know. I would want to learn like sending, like a message, like like a spell like sending, where I could just like telepathically communicate with anybody, like anywhere, or like maybe scrying or something.
I changed my mind. It's teleporting. I would want to teleport.
I was gonna say teleporting. I was just gonna say that.
I always
Because I'm
forget.
late to everything.
I always forget about teleporting until like 3 or 4 topics into the conversation, and then I'm like, no, wait, because my family lives thousands of miles away and I miss them and I want to go visit them, and my friends are far away and I want to go visit them, and I want to visit Japan and England, and I don't want to pay for airfare. Like, I don't want to drive to work. I want to teleport. That's just easily the most like useful of all spells.
Yeah, like a teleport. I also might want to learn like a flying spell where you can just fly. Like, I feel like that would be the freaking coolest thing ever. And like, if I was stressed out, I could just fly, and just like, it'd be like, you know, people go on a run when they're stressed. Like, I would just fly when I'm stressed.
You real world connotations, you would have to be careful of air traffic or like flight patterns.
This is true.
Depends on how high up you fly as well.
I wouldn't go too high. I'm kind of scared of heights.
And
So.
Shugaway, Patrick definitely knows the difference between charm person and dominate person. He doesn't think any charm spells are morally ethical. None at all. Whether you're just slightly changing emotions or not. So, and he is a DM, but he's also one of our players, so he gets both sides of the coin there.
Yeah, Nova had to deal with that. Nova had to have the lecture from Israfel.
Technically, no, you didn't, because Patrick said none of those conversations happened. All of those conversations were about Blackston being a werewolf now.
What?
Because when we found out that Blackston became a werewolf, Patrick said, anytime in our past sessions where I had an issue with Nova charming a person, rewrite that so it's Isra has a problem with Blackston's lycanthropy.
No freaking way.
Because out of the two, that's the bigger issue to Isra. I think he wouldn't have even cared about your charm person in comparison to Blackston's issues.
Wait, but why? Like, why is turning into a werewolf so hard? Like, so...
Well, because when I think you noticed, but like when he's in wolf form, he has to roll a dice, and it's possible that he like completely loses his own consciousness and like attacks his friends.
Yeah.
So I think I'm assuming that Isra would just have an issue with like the loss of what's what I'm looking for, like
decision making,
agency, like him losing his consciousness and his agency and just becoming a rabid animal. I assume like Isra has a lot of issues with that.
Yeah. Okay. Well then, Nova never had to deal with that.
Yeah.
Which is great.
Well, maybe like a conversation, but I don't think it was as big of an issue in comparison.
Yeah. And I know that that conversation when Nova like literally called him out, though, that was a good combo. Like, Gigi went off on Patrick, but like it was Nova going off on Isabel.
Sure it was.
So cute,
sure
Patrick
it was.
Like, are you okay? Like, are you good? And I was like, Patrick, I'm just role playing. It's fine. But it was so cute because he checked up on me.
That was really so sweet. I appreciated that as well. Or, you know, Magic Carp's theory is that Israfel's just super racist against werewolves, which could be. We'll have to ask Patrick.
Oh my god.
Could be. You might not be wrong. I don't know. I don't know his character decisions. But
that's so funny.
This is a finance reading for TK. It was either finance or career. I apologize. We went really far up. Finance. Yep. Okay. So this is a finance reading for TK. In your past, we have the Hierophant. This is a major arcana card, so it's a little bit more vague, but basically this is, it represents like authority in like a governing sort of way. This is like an establishment. So this card often refers to like the church or a person in the church, but it also refers to like universities or like corporations or government. It just kind of stands for like a governing body or like being that may have authority over you. So it seems like in your past, like perhaps you didn't have 100% control over your finances. Maybe someone was controlling them for you, or you controlled them, but you know, it was at the whim of like a higher authority. So like you were doing your best to try to, you know, find your way around when you didn't have 100% control over your finances, and maybe this caused issues in your past. Maybe it was a good thing. Maybe like this governing authority helped you handle your finances. I'm assuming it's maybe that like you didn't have control over your finances because of some other governing body or some other authority figure that kind of did that for you. But in the present, we have the Three of Cups. So this is celebration. This is time with friends and family. This is, you know, just literally just there's something to celebrate about. So in your present, maybe you're on the verge of breaking free of whatever authority figure has been controlling your finances. Maybe it's like you're celebrating a new job, or maybe you're celebrating moving out of the house, or maybe it's, you know, you've reached a new level of finance where maybe you have more control and autonomy over your finances. One way or another, there's been a change or a change coming in the present that is cause for celebration. And then in your future is the Page of Cups. I'm assuming that you don't know a young little boy. I always just assume everyone doesn't know little children, so let's take this as it means news is arriving. So the Page of Cups is referring to happy news of an emotional nature. I always have to look up the pages. I never remember the pages on the nights. So great news about love or a life change that it's going to be coming in your future. And hopefully this is, you know, happy news in regards to a financial state. Like this news is going to bring a new era of emotional financial stability. TK says, we recently just bought a new house and now I've been asked to get a job to help carry bills. So in the present, I mean, that celebration with family like that, even though that is big news, that is still good news. Like a new house, that's exciting. It's a new space, it's a new opportunity, and it is affecting you in a, you know, a financial way. But, you know, again, in the future, you're going to get even more good news of an emotional nature. And so I would say just, you know, roll with the punches and keep up the hard work, and your finances are going to get some good news sometime soon in the future. Hope that helps.
Yay!
Again, yeah, take what resonates and leave what doesn't.
Ciara, you're doing such a great job.
Thanks. It's been a while since I've done the readings, so I'm kind of like, I'm warming up to it.
No, you're doing great. Like, you're giving very confident, true answers. You're trusting your gut. I'm loving it.
Yeah, I haven't had to look up many cards yet. I mostly just had to look up Page of Cups and I don't even remember, like one other one. So we're doing good. We're doing okay.
Yeah. Is it because you're using your own cards?
Yes.
Like, you know,
100%. All of my memorization about the tarot meanings are like directly tied to the imagery on my cards. And so when I look at anybody else's cards, I'm like, I kind of vaguely not really know what this means. But now that we're using my cards, I'm like, I know exactly what this means. So
that's so good.
That's really nice.
I love that for you. Incredible. Let's see. Anyone know of any jobs that could be done over the internet? That's a great question.
I would recommend, if you want to work remotely and don't need too much experience, I would look at, and this is like very biased of me, escape rooms that are doing online like escape rooms because they need virtual game hosts. So I was able for like part of quarantine to be a virtual game host for a escape room that I lived nowhere near. I was probably like an hour and a half away from this physical escape room, but I was able to work for them over Zoom and like lead them through online games just from the comfort of my own home. And the job experience that I needed for it was mostly just like performative. So I didn't really need necessarily like a bachelor's degree or anything. I just had to have the confidence of like, I can lead someone through a game. I've played a lot of escape rooms and board games, and I know how to like help lead people or teach them, And so it's a very specific and weird answer to your question, but I would say maybe, check out if there's any online escape rooms that are looking for game hosts, because that worked really well for me.
Yeah, and it was like super fun for you. And
yeah,
I feel like the schedule wasn't too bad, right?
No, it was like, usually I would get assigned at certain days a week, and I would only work if somebody booked the room. So like I would be working like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday for a certain time of day, but then there would be like a spreadsheet of like each of the bookings, and I only had to work if like a group actually paid and booked a room for that time. And I had like a pretty good amount. I had like 3 hours of advanced time, so it wasn't like last second I had to jump on my computer and do it. I had plenty of time to know like, okay, in 3 hours from now I have a booking, so I can't go anywhere today.
Yeah.
How did it pay? I got $20 per room, and it was an hour experience with like 15 minutes beforehand to go over the rules. So $20 for an hour and 15 minutes, which is pretty good.
Not bad. Mm-hmm. How many did you do like in one day? Like what was the most that you did in one day?
It changed all the time. Usually, like I think the most I would do in a day is like 3 or 4. So it wasn't like full time. Like I wasn't going all day doing like 8 a day or anything. But you do 4 one day and then 3 the next and then 2 another day. And, you got a decent paycheck for the week from not leaving your room and not, changing out of your pajamas. That was pretty nice.
Yeah, that's very true. Did you ever have your webcam on? Like, did you have to have your webcam on?
No, well, I think some places do, but mine did not. It was only over voice. So we would just have our Zoom image be like the logo of the escape room, and then we just talked with voice. So I didn't have to be seen, which was
that's
amazing.
Nice. Yeah, that's super nice.
Duper nice, yeah.
Dang. You can just like be in your PJs, have no problem.
Yep, I definitely did that. And when they were actually like in the escape room, unless they were asking for a hint, I didn't really do any talking because they were, communicating and working as a team. So I could like do other stuff and just listen in and make sure that they didn't have any questions. So. And
then like, if they didn't ask questions but they were kind of like stuck, would you try to help them?
Yeah, I would throw them like a freebie hint if they were really stuck. Usually most of the hints that I gave had nothing to do with the puzzle itself and just had to do with like the program, because it was a website. And so like sometimes people wouldn't realize like how to interact with objects or like figure out that you could click on certain things. And so as soon as I said like, oh, like, have you tried clicking on this? That was the missing piece of information that they couldn't figure out. So it wasn't even that they couldn't figure out the puzzle. It was just that like user face issues.
Got it.
So interface, user face. Wow, interface issues. I can speak good words.
Oh, I have a question.
Yeah.
What character in a movie could have been great, but the person cast was not a good fit for the role?
Oh, that's a big one, because it's like every poorly adapted book to movie in my
that's so true.
Thank you for the follow. For Fireverm, we have a new way of joining the queue. If you look, there's a panel below the video called Q+, and you have to hit the join button to be put on the queue. Or if you're on mobile, it's like a little icon on your chat. You do have to grant permission to it, I believe, on mobile to be able to join. So feel free to click that and then jump on our queue. Right now it is Shugaway with a love reading. Shuffling for that. So there's tons and tons and tons of like poorly done book to movie adaptions where I hated the casting choice. I'm trying to think of like, I feel like there's probably one in particular that I could just rant about all day long, but I am drawing a blank right now. Like, obviously everyone knows the Percy Jackson movies were bad. I actually didn't mind the guy that they cast for Percy. I wasn't a big fan of the girl that they cast for Annabelle because she's like very canonically blonde in the books and they made her a brunette in the first movie. I think they fixed it in the second one and they made her a blonde, but I don't know. That was kind of weird to me.
She's beautiful though. Oh my god.
She is. She's very pretty. I just, I feel like Annabelle in the Percy Jackson books is like a great representation of blondes aren't dumb because she's literally a child of Athena and is like the smartest person in the room. Yeah. And the fact that they made her brunette in the first movie just felt really like pointed. Like, oh, she's a smart girl, therefore let's make her brunette even though she's canonically blonde. I don't know.
I see. Yeah.
Adzilla says Dune. Which character? And then Shugoi says Mortal Instruments or Shadowhunters. Which characters did you think were poorly cast in those? Or is it just everybody? Did you just hate the whole cast?
I'm trying to think of like who I think or like who was poorly cast.
Yeah.
I know I have one like person that I don't like. I think in a movie. Okay, here's what I think. I'm not gonna say
all of it was bad.
Wait, what? Oh, all of it was bad?
All of it was bad. Okay.
Yeah. There was this is the one thing the only thing I can think about right now. But like, if anyone saw Hairspray live,
I did not see that.
Ariana Grande did a horrible job as Penny. Horrible. It was just like she was playing Kat from Victorious, but with brown hair. It was just like very not good. And like I had a lot of opinions on it, and I know that's not a movie, but like they clearly went for like the star to be cast in the musical so they can get like an audience, and she just I love her. I love her, but she doesn't have a lot of acting range.
I see. Okay.
Like, so
I'm gonna keep thinking about this because I feel like there's a big one that I'm forgetting, like in a nerd way. Like I think there's a nerd movie where I got really, really mad at the casting, and I cannot for the life of me remember it right now. But I'm gonna keep thinking about it because that's a really good question. But in the meantime, I have pulled the cards for Shugaway's love reading. So let's get to it. So, in the past, we have the Seven of Wands, and the Seven of Wands talks about being confronted by people that are questioning your, like, moral decisions. It's about questioning your, like, what you believe in. And as you can see in the picture, well, I mean, maybe you can't quite see because there's a little bit of a glare, but I can't really cover it really well. He's defending the door. So like there's 6 wands that are kind of attacking him, and the lone figure with 1 wand is protecting the door. And so this card has to do with like standing up for what you believe in, even when everyone is against you. So in the past, in terms of love, maybe you were in a relationship with somebody where they made you really confront your thoughts and opinions on things, and maybe like this was for the better because a lot of the times, you know, when people confront us about our beliefs, it forces us to reflect on them and like really either solidify what we believe, or it, you know, pokes holes into our beliefs and makes us like think more and critically think about it. But this could also mean that in a past relationship, someone really confronted you about a belief and you've had to stand up for it, and maybe this cost you your relationship, you know? Like maybe you guys didn't agree on something and it was too much of a disagreement and you couldn't make it work out. Maybe it's not even like a long-term relationship. Maybe it was even just like going on dates with people where, you know, they really confront you about something that you're passionate about and they don't agree with you, and that ends up, you know, making it not work out. But that's a good thing, because as I was saying, either, you know, you're confronted about your beliefs and you stand up for them, which, you know, if you're in a relationship and you really truly believe in something, you should not cave on it just for your significant other, because, you know, we shouldn't necessarily change that much for our relationships. We should find someone that like complements us. Or if it was, you know, it can also be a positive thing, because when you're confronted about your beliefs, it forces you to think about them, and maybe something that you thought was like 100% true and, you know, was beyond reproach, maybe you were forced to critically think about it better and realize that your belief was not on like a stable foundation. So this was in your past. In your present, you're now at the Two of Wands, and the wands are a fire symbol, so they're very much about passion, which is great for a love reading. So there are, in this card, you see that there's a man, he's at a fork in the road, and there's two possibilities, both of them wands, so two different passions. And he has to pick between the two. And so it seems like, you know, maybe in your present or soon to be, you're going to be confronted where you have to choose. And it doesn't even have to be like two significant others. It could even just be, you know, being with someone or staying single could be the two choices. And it's just like, you really have to take a step back and think about which of these two paths is going to work better for you and which is going to be healthier for you. Whether to, you know, go with this person, or whether to go with this person or remain single. Or as Shugue jokes, left hand or right. Maybe that is your present at the moment, but that is the choice that is being presented to you in the present. But in your future is the Nine of Cups card, which is the wish card. It's the pleasure card. It's like talking about your, you know, what you find to be enjoyable and pleasurable happening. And you know, maybe this is the start of a new relationship. Maybe this is, you know, finding pleasure in being single and like really feeling fulfilled in that. But it's just generally like a really positive card, and it's basically like the your wish kind of is coming true card. So it seems like maybe things right now are kind of at a standstill. Like in the present, another meaning of the Two of Wands kind of warns against standing still. It warns against, you know, like when confronted with a choice, being too afraid to move forward. So like, as long as you keep moving forward and as long as you're not standing still, your future is going to bring great pleasure. And that's very positive.
Love.
So congratulations.
Yay.
So TK Digiboy says, could I go for another reading? Yeah, we're probably going to prioritize new people on the list first. But if we have like a chunk of time where no new people are joining, jumping on the list, feel free to jump back on. And we'll go around for another go. I do want to warn that every book on tarot that I've read has warned against getting too many readings, because it's kind of like at least in one night, because number one, you can't really see how the first reading plays out, because it, you know, obviously it takes time to see how it plays out. But it's also kind of warns, like, it's not like a magic 8-ball that you can just keep shaking it until you get the answer you want. So if you're asking for a reading in like a different category, I'd say go for it. But I wouldn't ask for a reading in the same category on the same night. Yeah.
Got it. That makes sense though.
Mm-hmm.
Very true. Very true.
Yeah. And so then, Oddzilla, it looks like you're next. So just let us know what category you'd like.
Okay.
And in the meantime, I have to keep thinking about people that were poorly cast in movies. There has to be a good one. I know that there's a good one that I got really upset about. But
I think you like this one.
Okay.
Which protagonist from a book or movie would make the worst roommates?
Oh boy. Okay. Any of the characters from Six of Crows. which is really popular right now because it just got a Netflix special, because they're all thieves. So they would make terrible roommates because they'd steal all your shit. Yeah. Odzilla says The Ancient and Doctor Strange was a poor casting choice. I agree and disagree. I enjoy that they did not make it a bad stereotype of an Asian man, because that is, you know, obviously like something that we want to watch out for, the like stereotype of the sage Tibetan monk or whatever is, you know, one of those tropes that we want to learn and grow and kind of strive away from. So I'm glad that they didn't just go for like a stereotypical old Asian man. I also am like very interested that they made it a woman. Thank you, Roomba-chan, for the bits. Because, yeah, so I do enjoy that they made it a woman, because if you look at it, there's a lot of men in the Doctor Strange movie, and there's very few women. So if the Ancient One wasn't a woman, the only woman, I think, would have been the love interest, Rachel McAdams. So, like, it's good that they are diversifying the characters and making them not all men plus one female to be the love interest. That was good. Gosh, what's her name? Something, Tillman or Tisdale or
Ashley Tisdale?
Is that, no. No. What's her name? I'm Googling it.
You got it.
Tilda Swinton. I got it. I got it messed up. I really like her. She tends to be really typecasted as like ethereal, creepy beings. Like, she's an angel in Constantine. She's the Queen of Narnia. So I understand their casting choice in that she gives off this very like otherworldly vibe. Probably shouldn't have made her white. I think that's my only complaint about the Ancient One, is that with all the changes of changing it from an old stereotypical Asian man, they did make it a white actress, which I think a lot of people had issue with. And I would agree that would have been a great opportunity to cast an actor or an actress of color, especially because in the canon, it is a person of color in the original role. So why not? But I do understand their casting choice in general. I think that they just missed a good opportunity.
Yeah. I
didn't realize how much thoughts I had on the Ancient One in Doctor Strange until you brought that up.
That's funny.
Wow. I went on for a while about that.
Please do. Honestly, I'd love to hear your opinions.
Oh yeah, speaking about the Marvelverse, did you know that Blade is actually a Marvel property and is tied somewhat into Doctor Strange? I knew that Blade was a Marvel property, and I know that Blade is like one of the very first superhero movies that is like ever made in the modern day. But I didn't know that it was tied into Doctor Strange. Is there like an Easter egg? Is there like a tongue-in-cheek reference to it? Where is it tied in? And then TK Digiboy, the Ancient One is something of a minor character in the long run for most of Doctor Strange works. Yeah, and I think what the Marvelverse is doing is they are definitely taking more obscure characters and making them bigger deals in, you know, their films and TV shows, which is interesting. Also, most people, you know, that watch the Marvel movies and films and TV shows have never once read the comics, so it does give us an opportunity to kind of like rewrite some things, and while it may anger some longtime fans, it also is modernizing them in a way that the comics are definitely like, a lot of the comics are a byproduct of their era. So it's nice that we can like take and change and kind of morph characters to create new things, because most people that are watching don't know the difference anyway. Yeah. I am shuffling for a love reading.
I'm trying to think of like one of my favorite movies or like shows of like someone who would be a bad roommate.
Yes, that was the original question, wasn't it?
Yeah. I do agree that the Hulk would be a pretty bad roommate. Because all it would be is just like breaking shit, and like you never know when they're gonna get angry, and ooh, I've had my fair share of angry roommates, so that's not a fun time. Gosh.
Lucifer from Netflix would be a terrible roommate. I love that.
Oh my god, that is true.
The amount of like noises that you don't want to hear coming from his bedroom.
Yeah. I think Barney Stinson from How I Met Your Mother would not be a good roommate.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say Barney Rubble, not Barney Rubble, Barney from The Simpsons, and I was like, yeah, that would be also a terrible roommate because he's an alcoholic. I don't know why I thought that.
No, Barney Stinson from How I Met Your Mother, just because he like I don't know, like I don't want to be in the middle of like dealing with one night stands and like having to live in my own house and like have my roommate bring over like random people.
Yeah.
All the time. Like, you know what? You do you, just like not for me.
I just don't want to know about it. Yeah.
Yeah, and I
don't want to see that.
I don't mind it, but I don't want to have to like be eating breakfast in the morning and have to introduce myself to a new person every single day. Like, yeah. I just want to live in peace.
Also, like, I don't know, levels of hygiene and cleanliness or bleh.
Yeah, that's also very
true. Okay. Suki from True Blood as well. Yes. I've only seen a little bit of True Blood, but I also would not want to be her roommate.
Lucifer from Cinderella. Oh my god, period. I love Cinderella.
Wait, like the cat?
The cat.
As a roommate?
Yeah.
Is he paying rent?
I don't know.
What? How is he paying rent? That's why he's a terrible roommate. He's not paying rent.
That's on period. That's on period. But like
I'm so confused,
Phoenix,
but yeah.
I agree, Phoenix Raven. Like, yes, Lucifer would be a terrible roommate. But also, like, where is she?
Where is your cat?
Where is she? Is that her right there? Right there. She's sleeping. She's almost like Lucifer, kind of. Like, she's a little...
we heard she got the zoomies, so yeah.
Yeah. She's kind of crazy. She brought in a lizard tail for me this morning.
Yum.
So that was when I had a boy here.
Oh, hey, boys like lizards, don't they?
Yeah, but like
I like lizards.
You know, I was like, but not like Rosie catching a lizard and then chewing its tail off. Like giving me the tail that's still moving. Like, I don't want that. So.
Captain Jack Sparrow would indeed also be a terrible roommate.
Oh, yeah.
And Azula from Avatar The Last Airbender. Agreed. She'd probably never do any chores because she's above that and she's a princess, and she would assume that you would, like, weigh on her hand and foot, which I'm not about. I'm not your personal servant.
That's so true.
Those are all some really good answers. All right, so now we're moving on to Oddzilla's love reading. And we got, again, really positive cards going here. Hey, Laylee, Shannon, sorry if I mispronounced that. If you would like a reading, if you look down, there is a Q+ panel underneath the video, or if you're on mobile, it's a little icon. And you just have to click the join button to be put on the list. And then we're just going down the list. Or you can use bits to get to the top of the list if you so choose.
Yeah.
It's not a join command. You just have to literally like click the join button on the extension. You might have to grant it permission if it doesn't work immediately. So this is for Oddзilla or Adzilla. Sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong. This is your love reading. So Four of Swords is in your past. The Four of Swords talks about like recharging your batteries. It's about rest and relaxation, possibly from a period of like negativity. So in your past, maybe you had just gotten out of a bad relationship. Maybe you weren't in a relationship, but you were taking time to yourself. And you realized that you weren't going to look for love right away. You had to kind of heal, recharge, rest, rejuvenate, focus on yourself, focus on figuring out who you were as a person before you were ready to be with somebody else, which super healthy. I definitely think that we learn a lot about ourselves when we're in a relationship, but we shouldn't depend on other people to tell us who we are. I think we should have kind of a sense of who we are before we, try to tie ourselves to another human being, because or else as you're searching for yourself, they're going to influence you and like make it more confusing to discover yourself.
Period.
And while it's always really good to like be exposed to new things in a relationship, like new hobbies, new interests, you should, always kind of have a solid foundation of who you are for yourself before tying yourself to another person. It says there's no active queue. That's weird. There is an active queue on our end. It says tarot reading list. Try refreshing your page and see if that helps. Hopefully we can figure it out. And then, Oddzilla, in your present, you have the Page of Cups. So the Page of Cups, as we talked about in an earlier reading, is bringing good news of an emotional nature. So it's like happy news about a relationship, about romance, about love. It seems like maybe you're at a point now, you've taken your period of relaxation, and now some good news is coming in the love department or in the emotional department. Maybe it's not about love. Maybe it's about friendship or family. Love comes in many different shapes and sizes. But something exciting and new is on the horizon in the love department emotionally. And then in your future is the Star card, which once again is Gigi's favorite because it's the hope card. It talks about how, the whole world is open to you as long as you keep your chin up. You have to keep your mind open to the positives, because if you only look at the negatives, you're only going to notice the negatives. But your future is filled with hope. And as long as you just keep those positive vibes going, positivity attracts positivity. I'm not talking about like in a scientific sense. I know that that's not true, but like in a human sense, like people are attracted to people that have positive outcomes. And so I think it's just saying like you're gonna get some good news soon, and that's gonna lead to like a really hopeful, bright future. And just it's a good reminder to stay focused on the positive, always look for the positive, keep your mind open for happy things, and you'll start noticing more happy things instead of only focusing on bad things. Oh, thank you, Sir Bananas. Tarot is super cool, and we are learning, so we're not like 100% fluent yet, but we are excited to learn and practice with you. And Cowboy Dandy said they love just listening to us while they work on stuff, and that's very sweet, and I appreciate that.
Cowboy Dandy, making my heart skip a beat over here. Okay.
Oddzilla, 10 years since a very nasty divorce and spending time with my daughter. Haven't been in relationships since then, but that was 10 years ago, so spot on for the first. I believe I'm ready for the next step, so it seems exactly what I'm hoping to hear. Yeah, it seems like, the Four of Swords definitely kind of pinged you for your past. And once again, that Page of Cups for your present, it doesn't necessarily have to be romantic love. I mean, this good news could be of a familial nature or a friendship nature. But again, as the Star card says about, keeping your eyes open for hope, like, all forms of love are good forms of love. So that good news, if it's about a family member or about a friend, or if it's about romantic, like, we just take all the positive vibes that we can and we keep our chin up.
Yeah. That's all we can do,
Yeah. So that's that. And let me just take a look. Next on the list is Phoenix Raven. So let us know what category you would like. Categories. I did answer the roommate one.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, shoot. That's my job. Sorry.
No. It's good.
Okay. Let's see.
I am going to shuffle the cards until Phoenix Raven love. Yes. Lots of love up in here. Got lots of love. I have had so much coffee.
Oh, if you were given $5 million to open a small museum, what kind of museum would you create?
What? Oh, okay, so this is like a trick question because all of the like stereotypical things that I can think of that would be in a museum that I really love already have museums for. So like I love Greek mythology, you know, but there's plenty of museums that have Greek artifacts in them already. They don't need my money for that, you know? So I think I would have to create a museum for something obscure that doesn't have a museum already. TK Juju Boy says, a museum of anime. That is a great answer. I enjoy that answer a lot. I wonder if I think they probably have like something like that in Japan. Like I think that there's a like a Hayao Miyazaki museum for all of his films. A museum of barrels. Hell yes. Sir Bananas knows me better than I know myself. Hell yeah.
Barrels, okay.
Lemon Viola actually, that's a really, I would do a tactile museum for things that people can physically touch and interact with. That is a cool idea. I really, really like that.
Especially because in museums, like, you typically aren't able to touch.
Yeah, yeah.
That's super sick.
I think I would want to do, like, do you remember, when you were a kid, did you ever go to, like, the Children's Museum? And it was always, like big, like, play sets and, like, things that you could interact with. Did you ever go to one of those?
No.
Oh, okay. Maybe it was just a me thing. Is there a museum for Bob Ross paintings? Because there isn't one. What? Okay, so, little tangent. What happens to all of Bob Ross paintings after each episode? Like, does he give them to people? Do they sell them? Do they just have them, like, in a warehouse somewhere?
Yeah, that's so true.
Where are Bob Ross's paintings now? Please, someone, I must know.
Yeah.
Okay, so, Lemon Viola went to children's museums. Okay, so, I freaking loved children's museums. I remember there was one, like, near my house when I was a kid that had, like, a giant heart, like a giant human heart as a playset. And so you could, like, climb through the 4 ventricles and everything, or, like, the 4 chambers of the heart. So it was, like, fun, but also, like, you were learning. I would make, like, an immersive museum where you could just, like, but for adults, like, where you could just climb through shit and, like, pick up shit. Like, maybe I would make it, like, a fantasy museum or something where you could, like, role play. Or I know that I saw on TikTok there was like a museum that had multiple floors and there was like a slide on the second floor so people would like slide down to the first floor. I would do something like that. I would do some like crazy immersive museum where you could like really get into it and climb through stuff and interact. Maybe have like little games and stuff.
That's a good point.
So it was
like that
fun
idea.
and educational.
Yeah. Oh my god, it's like it'd be like a museum, but like, oh my god, like, you know Miss Fritter from like this Magic School Bus?
Oh, Miss Frizzle? Yeah. Yes.
I knew that.
Yeah.
I feel like she would have a museum like that.
Yes. Yeah, I would open like a Magic School Bus-esque museum, but for adults, so that they aren't just looking at displays and reading boring signs. They're like learning through being immersed in it, you know?
Yeah. Well, also like touching things, I think is super important, especially for people who like can't see.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like if you're blind or something, like you're not able to like see like these things and you can't touch it. Mm-hmm. So it's like there's really no point. Like
usually they have some kind of like headphones or like commentary that people can put on.
Yeah.
And it's like all described to them, which is really, really nice. I love that museums do that.
No, I didn't know that.
But yeah, I think to be able to immerse them even more. I also really like the idea of like a tactile museum because my brother has autism. I don't know if I've ever said that on stream before. And so tactile is like hugely important. Yeah, okay, so Lemon's saying it right now. Neurodivergent people with sensory things. So yeah, like that was one of the things growing up that like I learned about my brother, is that like, you know, certain textures would set him off and certain textures would calm him. I actually was just talking about this the other day because I was walking through the hallway of a hotel and they had art on the walls that wasn't just like a canvas, it was like metal, and it had all of these like different textures, and I was like, I want to touch it so bad because it reminds me of the tactile like things that my brother used to touch in like his therapy when he was little.
Oh.
So that's really cool. Same wavelength, yeah.
Interesting.
Anyway, I am doing a love reading for Phoenix Raven, so let me pull the cards.
Sorry, I'll say mine after the Phoenix Ravens.
No, you go. I'm still lining them up.
Okay. I think there might be a D&D museum, but like I just love D&D so much, I would just make a museum of D&D.
Hell yeah.
Like start off with like the origins of it, maybe show off some of the first models of like what a D&D like set looked like, and then like kind of going through the years, and then like obviously Critical Role would be in there, like Dimension 20, like all of these like really awesome and famous D&D games and streams. Like I would want them to be a part of that, so then people could be like, and also I feel like it'd be really fun if there is a D&D museum. First of all, I'll be there in like 2 seconds, no big deal. Like I'll just fucking teleport there with my lovely teleportation spell that I just learned. And I would just like, maybe it'd be really cool to include like people like learning how to play D&D, or like you can maybe build a character while you're there.
Oh, I love that. I love that.
Yeah, and you can have like some of the staff like help you to create a character, pick a race and class. And all of that fun stuff, and like what you want your character to look like. Like it'd be like a character building class.
It kind of reminds me of like in an Egyptian museum where they'll have the little thing of like how to spell your name in hieroglyphs.
That one, yes.
But with D&D characters.
Yeah, like wouldn't that be so sick? Like
that would be really
love that.
fun. That would be really
so
cool.
It'd be like Build-A-Bear, but for like D&D.
I really, really love that. I just want to acknowledge Cowboy Dandy, a D&D museum, more like spending an afternoon with my dad. Remind me to show you my vintage Lich minifigure. It's made of lead.
It's made of lead?
It's made of lead, apparently. Back in the day, they just gave no fucks.
Oh, sick. Sick as fuck.
That also reminded me, we're gonna get to your reading next, Phoenix Raven, but that reminded me of when I was looking for like interesting date ideas for my boyfriend and I, Devin, I was looking like really, really hard for some kind of D&D themed or like Critical Role themed event, because you know how like you can go to like a Harry Potter themed escape room, or you can go to like a Harry Potter like night at a bar where they have like pop-up bars that are themed like, oh, here's a butterbeer like cocktail. And I was looking, I'm like, okay, they have to have something like this for D&D. Like, give me, even if it's not legitimately Critical Role, like give me some knockoff Critical Role like event, even if it's just like at a bar, like name your drinks like Orcish Rotgut, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
And nothing. There was nothing. And we're like in LA, where like all of these crazy nerdy pop-up shit things happen. There was nothing that I could find. And I'm like, you know what? I need to create an event like coordinating company. And I just need to make every event that I've ever wanted to go to that doesn't exist. I just need to make it for myself.
That's so true. Like, I think of these ideas and I'm like, oh my god, this has to exist, and then like they don't exist.
And it doesn't, and you're like, what the hell? Why has no one capitalized? Like, you could make so much money.
Like, I want to fucking do that, but like I don't even know where to start.
Yeah.
Nor do I have the money or the like time. But I'm like, I would literally like give my idea to someone to do it for me just so I can attend that thing.
There's a Gary Gygax memorial in Lake Geneva, Wisconsin. If you don't know, Gary Gygax is the creator of D&D. I used to live in Wisconsin. I've never been, and now I've missed my opportunity. Now Wisconsin's very far away.
Oh my god.
I could have gone there, but I didn't really get deep into D&D. I got into D&D like right before I moved. So I never visited. And I was right there. Wow.
But you can go back to Wisconsin like some point.
Well, you'd think so, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
It's just very expensive, and there's a pandemic.
Oh, this is also true.
Yes. Lally, Shannon, Stranger Things. That's a good example of like all of the pop-ups that have happened in LA, like that were Stranger Things themed. And I think it's close to D&D because they play D&D in the show, but it's not quite like the point of the theme.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like a little touch of D&D.
I will say a lot of people have gotten interested in D&D because of Stranger Things.
Yeah, that's good. I am proud of them.
Yeah, my roommates, one at the time and one that lives with me currently, they only wanted to start playing because they were like, is that like what they play in Stranger Things? And I was like, yeah. And they're like, let's do it. And so now they're a part of my campaign with my family.
Yes.
Yeah. And they were like, wait, this is not at all what I thought it was going to be like. And I'm like, welcome to D&D. You're stuck here forever.
Yeah.
You made a character and now you're bonded with us.
It doesn't matter how they get into it as long as they get into it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Regret is that I didn't get into D&D until I was old. Well, you're not old. Like, anytime you get into D&D, it's a good time to get into D&D. You still got plenty of time to enjoy it.
Yeah. So true.
Yeah.
I love D&D, and I'm so sad I didn't start playing until, like, a few years ago. But also, like, I don't know. I'm glad I got into it. I went into it and, like, at the right time, you know? Mm-hmm. Like, I was like a Disney adult kind of before I got into D&D, and now I'm like a D&D adult. So
yeah, I like how everyone is like, oh, D&D is basically like Hotel California. You can check in, you can never leave.
This is so true. It's so true. But also, like, you don't want to leave when you start playing D&D.
Unless you've gotten a really bad campaign.
Yeah.
I've had a couple of like not good campaigns that made me stop playing for a little bit. But thankfully,
me too.
I jumped back in, so it's all good now.
Yeah. It's honestly the worst. I think it's the worst thing in the world when you, like, are in a campaign with people that, like, either don't know how to play, which is, like, I'm totally fine with showing people how, like, the ropes, but I think it's the people that are, like, they're, like, to the book. They don't want any rule of cool in there. Like, they're just very, like, it's like they're like a lawyer. And I'm like,
I definitely enjoy the role play aspects of D&D when you can just kind of be loosey-goosey and like go with whatever tells the best story. I've always been like a huge narrative fan. Like if I play video games, it's going to be for the story before it's for the gameplay. So yeah, whatever makes the best story, I think is way more fun than if you exactly follow the rules 100% of the time. Good night, Lemon. Thanks for joining us.
Love you so much. Thanks for joining. We love you forever.
We do.
And ever. And I'll hype you up to the day I die.
So I have Phoenix Raven's love reading all set up here and ready to go. And then, what do you think about taking like a short break and then coming back for the rest of the list?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. So, this is for Phoenix Raven. This is your love reading. In the past, we have 8 of Pentacles, and then in the present, we have 9 of Pentacles, and then in the future, we have 3 of Swords. So it's pretty interesting. It looks like we're getting a lot of finance kind of tied up into your love reading, which is interesting. So 8 of Pentacles in the past refers to, it's like the apprenticeship card. This is referring to like taking time and working on like a skill set. So in a love reading, I would interpret this as like taking time and working on yourself. It's all about like putting in the effort to reap benefits later. It's about like really practicing and like training in a way. Like in general, this could refer to like education or like an internship. In love, I would say that like, as we were talking about before with the past love readings, like you really need to work on yourself and reflect on yourself to create a healthy relationship that's stable for both you and your partner. And so I think in the past you have really put the work in to do this. I think this is saying that like you've had opportunities to reflect on yourself either while single or in a relationship. You've really worked on yourself. You've really built yourself up. And now you have a really good stable foundation on which your relationships can stand. Because you know who you are, you know what you want. You're not, floating aimlessly in the unknown of yourself, which is good. Nine of Pentacles is about independence. In like a financial standpoint, this would mean like financial independence. In a love reading, I think this means emotional independence. So I think what this is saying is like in your present, because you've put in the work to figure out who you are and what you want and what you need out of a relationship, you are able to stand as a whole person within your relationships. You know what I mean? Like your significant other is not one half of you. You are a whole person and they are also a whole person, and you just happen to decide to spend time together. You know what I mean? And that's, I think, the most stable way of doing it. And so all of this work on reflecting and everything makes you a very independent person. You can live with your partner, you can live without them, but you sure as hell, prefer being with a partner or your partner. And don't we all?
So true.
And then in your future, we have the Three of Swords. And this, I don't remember 100%, so I'm going to try to just go off of vibes of what I remember. But this talks about like a little bit of heartache, but it is also only a power of 3. So it's only a 3 out of 10. So this could mean that like a little bit of disappointment is coming in your future, but not like major disappointment. This isn't like a 9 out of 10 disappointment. This is like just a small bump or misstep that might lead to a little bit of like heartache. But what I also think this is telling me is from your past and your present is that you have built up with your Eight of Pentacles enough of a reserve and like enough of an understanding of yourself that you can overcome a little heartache or a little bump. You know what I mean? Like you have built up the skills that you need to maturely and stably talk through any kind of heartache with your significant other so that it's not a 9 out of 10 in severity. It is only a 3 out of 10. You're not making, mountains out of molehills when it comes to problems in your relationship.
Yeah, my little tiny book says, remember, pain is sometimes necessary for growth. So
yeah.
Even if it's like, again, it's a 3 out of 10, like even though it's a 3, like there's still going to be a little bit of pain, but like to hurt is as human as to breathe, So it's like, it's fine.
Yeah, and I also think, especially with the Nine of Pentacles being in your present and showing that you are an independent and like in a stable place within your relationships, I think this is really saying that like you have all the tools that you need, you have everything you need to overcome these small obstacles with ease and finesse.
Yeah.
So maybe like a little bit of disappointment or a little bit of like fighting or heartache in your future, but you're strong and you'll get through it, and it's not going to be that big of a deal.
It's going to be all good.
It's okay. It's all good. We're all good.
Yeah, all good here.
We're strong. We're all strong.
Yeah, so true.
All right. So it is 10:42. I'm going to say, why don't we come back at 10:55? Kind of like an awkward 13-minute break, but I want to come back at like a nice round number.
Sure.
10:55 sound good?
Sure.
Okay, yeah, and for all of those that are already on the list, you will stay on the list. We're just going to be back in a little bit. I need more water. I've run out of water. And we will get to your readings when we come back. So stay tuned. Don't go anywhere.
Bye.
All right. See you in a bit. And we're back. I think. Oh. Can you hear me? Thank you.
I can hear you.
I forgot to unmute a lot of different things. Oh, and Free Range TV is rating us. Hi! Oh my gosh. How was your stream? What did you paint? Did it look beautiful?
Of course it did.
I mean, I know it did, but like, it's a rhetorical question. You know, send us a photo in the Discord of your newest creation.
Yeah.
Yeah, we came back just in time, clearly.
Oh my gosh.
Well done,
everyone.
us. Yeah.
Thanks.
All right. For everyone that is new and coming into our stream, we are doing tarot card readings, and we are also just, talking and having great vibes. So if you would like, I forgot to turn my other camera back on. If you would like a reading, we have an extension, an app that it's called Q+. All you have to do is either it's a panel underneath the video, or it's a little icon on the top of your chat on mobile. You just hit join the reading list and you'll be on the list for a reading next. Yeah. And Free Range painting Space Marines that you're currently... Yeah, I caught a little bit of that when you first started. Are those the ones that you made bright yellow? At least for the base? And then you're going to add more detail in later? Because it was looking pretty cool when I caught it, but obviously you had just first started. Yeah, okay, cool. Well, I'm excited to see how those continue to turn out. And it's gonna be great.
Okay, do we want to ask a question real quick?
Yeah, let's. So we've just been kind of like asking each other questions, and we would love the chat to chip in too. Did you have another question in mind?
I'm just trying to find one.
Yeah, in the reading list, you have to grant the extension permission. So if it doesn't let you join, there's like a little 3 dots for a menu, and it'll just say grant permission, and then it'll allow you to join the list. Free Range TV, I'm in. Anytime I hear anyone say that, it's like hacker voice. I'm in. You know?
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna hack the Pentagon. I'm in. And then, yeah, you just get to choose general, love, career, or finance as your category. Anywho, we are doing Sir Bananas next. So, Sir Bananas, if you could let us know what category of reading you want while Gianna asks us a question.
Okay, so I think... Oh, this is a good one.
Ooh, okay.
If you could know the truth behind every conspiracy, but you would instantly die if you hinted that you knew the truth, would you want to know?
No, I don't think so. I think ignorance is bliss.
Yeah.
And also, like, there's not a lot of conspiracies that I know of that affect me. And if they do affect me, like, but I don't have the power to do anything about it, and if I even remotely try to do something about it, I die? That just seems like a way to madness, like, really quickly, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. I have a conspiracy theory that I'm, like, obsessed with, and, like,
Wait, what conspiracy are you... That's my question to you. Tell me.
The conspiracy theory that I'm like literally I need to know is there's like a conspiracy theory that like this is such a One Direction thing, but like Harry Styles and Louis Tomlinson, like there's a conspiracy that like they dated, and like no one knows if they did or not because like they've never like said, but like there's a lot of proof.
Okay.
That, like they definitely did.
Okay.
But like the only time they've ever denied it is through social media, and like it was like the conspiracy is like their management tweeted for them.
But, okay.
Like honestly,
thank you. I I'm a little behind, so I didn't see what that follow was, but I will thank you in a second.
Oh.
Sorry.
Hi.
Warriors Wednesday. Warriors Wednesday, thank you for the follow.
Thanks for the follow. Much appreciated.
Well, hey, I would say at the very least, that's a nice conspiracy to be obsessed with because it's not like detrimental or harmful.
Yeah.
It's pretty mild in comparison, I think, to like, you know, that we're all gonna die or, you know, whatever. I don't even know that many conspiracy theories. Aliens,
well,
Area
there's
51.
Like a bunch of conspiracy theories, like, they're like conspiracy theories that I would want to know are like the Chuck E. Cheese pizza conspiracy theory. Like Damien and Zach could tell you, like I'm weirdly obsessed with that one.
What is the Chuck E. Cheese pizza conspiracy?
That they like, if you don't finish your pizza, they like take the slices that weren't eaten that are still whole and will put them with like other pieces of pizza to like make their own like a new pizza.
No,
and, like,
no.
You can look up pictures because I swear they do it.
No, okay, here's the thing. Would an individual employee at a specific like location have done that? Possible. Would Chuck E. Cheese continue to exist if this was a company-wide policy? Absolutely not. The like health org, whatever it's called, FDA, would have shut them down aeons ago if that was the case.
Free range TV says Chuck E. Cheese conspiracy is 100% accurate.
Okay.
100%. It is because like I'm sending you a photo right
Oh,
now.
great.
There's
okay.
no way.
Can you send it in the Discord so that everyone can
Yes.
everyone can
I
be...
will send it in the Discord. Pizza conspiracy. Because there's no way that this pizza literally looks there's no way this pizza is a new pizza.
No, I understand that, and that's why I said like it could be like one, like it could have happened. A specific employee made a bad choice, and like was lazy and did that. But I don't think it cannot be every pizza. Like
it's
that can't
literally
be.
Every pizza. Like you can look it up. There's like, even on like some of the website, it's like. That's not even like the same. Look at, oh my god, this is insane.
Oh my gosh.
I'm putting it, okay, wait, what should I put it in the Discord?
Pic sharing. Put it in pic sharing. Yeah.
I'm gonna say, does Chuck E. Cheese,
I hate this.
recycle their pizza?
I hate this. I never knew that was a conspiracy theory, and now I know, and I think I'm worse off for it, for sure.
Okay, go look at those photos, everyone.
All right.
If you don't agree, I'm sorry, you're wrong. Oh, it's insane.
Pepperoni, when you cut a pizza, the pepperoni can get like folded and pushed down, or it can...
Every pizza?
Well, like, look, like, the pepperoni matches up on a lot of these, and the ones where it doesn't quite match up, it's like the very edge of the pepperoni, where there wasn't enough to get a clean cut, you know what I mean?
But look at the, like, crust difference. Look at the sizing. When you make a pizza, like a new one, it's like a perfect circle, and then, like, you just cut it, and it's, like, all even. It's, like, I've never seen a pizza look like this in my life until I went to Chuck E. Cheese.
Well, I would say, so the first one...
the cuts don't match. The cuts don't match! They don't match! It makes sense because, like, when you cut a pizza, you take the pizza cutter and it goes in a line. It's not like, I'm gonna cut this one and I'm gonna go to the right and then I'm gonna go to the left and I'm gonna go up. Like, how? The lines don't match.
I am, I'm gonna have to be a staunch non-believer. I'm gonna have to say, no, I do not believe the Chuck E. Cheese conspiracy. I'm sorry.
You know what, my McDonald's is here. I just gotta leave you for a minute.
All right, that's fine.
I need a breather.
Yeah, good thing that you didn't order pizza. I'm glad you ordered burgers, because or else, like, you wouldn't be able to eat it.
Bye.
Yeah, so I have a love reading for Sir Bananas all ready to go. So while Gianna picks up her food, which is very clearly not pizza, we will go over that. And hey, I am already looking at it, and it's looking hella good, Sir Bananas. All right, so in your past, you have the Queen of Pentacles. In your present, you have the Lovers. And in the future, you have Three of Cups. I mean, like, how much better of a love reading could you get? That's one of the best ones I've ever seen. So Queen of Pentacles, this is talking about either you or even perhaps someone that you've been attracted to. The Queen of Pentacles is either a woman or a person that has feminine energy, doesn't have to be a female, who is, I like to think of it kind of like the Hufflepuff of the Queen cards. So this person is financially stable, they're practical, they're trustworthy, reliable, they are very independent, stable with their like job, like a hard worker, down to earth, maybe like a little what someone would call like boring because they're not as spontaneous. They're more like they think things through, and really like think through all their actions. So in your past, this could have been you. This could be you in a relationship, or maybe this is the kind of person that you are looking for in a relationship. In the present, you have the Lovers. Like, how clear could that get? Love is coming, if it's not here already, you know? Either you're already in a relationship and like, it's really, balanced, like you and your partner have a very equal relationship. Thank you for the raid, Department of Adventurers. I love that username. That is a great username. Welcome in. We are doing tarot readings. If you would like to get on the list, you can grant permission to the app, Q+, and then join to put your name on the list. So we're currently doing a love reading for Sir Bananas. Oh my gosh, we got a cat. I love the cat. So yeah, so either you're already currently in a relationship and it's very stable and equal between the two of you, or love is very, very soon on the horizon. It is like recent future, not distant future. But in the future, in your future position, is the Three of Cups, which is celebration. It's being with loved ones. It's you know, the three women are dancing. It's all about having something to be happy about or excited about, and being surrounded by loved ones and being able to celebrate. So honestly, like, no downsides to this reading. It seems like, you know, either you are a very stable, you know, hardworking, reliable person, or that's the kind of person you're looking for in a relationship, and love is either here or coming in the very near future, and you'll have something to celebrate, and you'll have much happiness. Words are hard in your future.
The Three of Cups has been like the theme of the night.
Yeah, and I've been shuffling and I've been cutting after I shuffle, and it's popping up every once in a while. So it's, you know, it wants to be heard tonight. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
How's the not pizza treating you?
It's very good.
Oh, good.
Very much hitting.
Are you sure that someone didn't take the bun from a not eaten burger and put it on your burger? Are the buns matching? Are you sure?
I'm gonna hurt you.
I mean, did you check? Did you look at it before you bit in?
I'm gonna come up to Canada and murder you.
Please do. I would be actually also very impressed if you came up to Canada, because the restrictions are very difficult right now.
That is true.
Bun conspiracy confirmed, says Free Range TV. Double tops! Yeah, you just get like 2 sesame seed tops on both sides. Then you know that there's a McDonald's conspiracy.
But like, they make their pizza, I mean their pizza, they make their burgers like, that's like naturally separate. You know?
I don't know. All right, so next on the list is Lally, Shannon. If you would let us know if you want love, general, finance, or career reading, you'll be next on the list.
Okay. Let me try to find another question.
Okay. I'm trying to remember what the last one was too, because I feel like we didn't even quite finish going through it. Oh no, it was the conspiracy one. Duh, we did finish.
Oh yeah, I think I would want to know, because like if I just like really was like, okay, like I want the world to know, and I was just like okay with dying, I would just do it.
Just to get that satisfaction right before you die.
Yeah, right.
How good of a poker face do you
Over here and
have?
say hello. Yeah, we're doing Nova's Tarot Corner right now.
Who's that?
It's my roommate Caitlin.
Katie!
She says, Katie. Hey.
Hi!
Hello, streamers.
Here's the chat.
Who wants a tarot reading from me?
I was telling them about how I pranked Emma to think that guy that likes her was a bet on me $20 to tell her that she should go on a date with him.
Oh.
Yeah, we did hear that story. That's true.
He lies a lot.
Oh my god, hi Patrick. I don't lie a lot.
Well, hey, maybe you could get away with not dying then. If you're such a good liar, no one would ever know that you knew all the conspiracies.
So true.
So true.
I am a terrible liar. My face gives me away so easily.
The question was, if you could find out like a little truth about every conspiracy theory that there is.
Oh, John Benet Ramsey. I mean, we all know.
You wouldn't be able to tell anyone
Yeah.
that it's true, otherwise you die instantly.
I know, but I would want to know for my own satisfaction.
Yeah, it's tough, but I think I'm okay with not knowing. I would just also, because if it's every single conspiracy in the entire world, there's a lot of underground shit, like really terrible, horrible things that are probably going on in the world that I don't know about. And if I just suddenly one day knew about them, I would probably like break down, you know? Like if you knew about like every like child pornography ring, if you knew about like every like underground slavery like thing, like oh my gosh, I couldn't do it. I wouldn't be able to function.
Yeah.
At that point, I would rather just die, you know?
Yeah. I would just out it, and then I would just die.
Well, could you out it before you died in this question? Like, would you be able to get the truth out before dying, or would you die instantly while trying?
That's true.
That's the real question.
Mm-hmm. That's very true.
Because, yeah, if it made the world a better place, like if I could reveal something so that someone could do something about it, maybe it would be worth it. But if I would die in the attempt, then it's nah.
Not worth it.
Not worth it.
Yeah.
It is really quiet for me. Oh, it's because your the microphone part of your thing is split up, huh?
Sorry.
There you go.
What's that TikTok? Two best friends. They might kiss. No, they won't.
Okay, I still haven't heard from Lally, Shannon. So Lally, Shannon, if you're still here, let us know what kind of reading you want. Otherwise, we're gonna move down the list and we're gonna do Grogrin or Gogrin next. So Grogrin, start to let us know what kind of reading you'd like. You might be up next.
Yay.
And yeah, do we have another question after the conspiracy one?
Oh, yeah. Ooh, who do you feel like you know, even though you've never met them? It could be like, it doesn't have to be a celebrity, it can be like anyone.
That's true. Oh my gosh. Well, I was gonna say some of the actors on the show that I'm working on, because I've been working on it for so many years and I've seen like all of the episodes and I've seen some of the like, you know, the takes. That I feel like I know them, but I can't say that anymore because now that I'm up in Canada, I've met most of them, you know? So it's not true anymore. I guess actually, free range TV it makes a very good point. A lot of the people I watch here on Twitch, I feel like I know, even though I haven't met them like in real life. Like a lot of our viewers, obviously, like Magikarp and Lemon and free range and soft and oh, there's some TikTokers. There's some TikTokers that I feel like I know, even though they don't know I exist. You know.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff like that. Yeah.
I just like, yeah,
Okay.
that's true.
All right, so Lally, Shannon is no longer here. We're gonna take him off the list, and then Grogrin General, and it's your first ever reading. Hey, thanks for, you know, breaking your tarot virginity with us. This card jumped out, so that's gonna be in your reading. We are not professionals, obviously. We are still learning, so this is for entertainment purposes only. But hopefully, you are entertained. All right. So we got a general reading.
Okay.
Ooh, okay. Some cards we haven't seen yet tonight. I love it. Oh,
I feel like-
right.
Ooh, who's the person some of the Twitch streamers that I watch, I feel like I know them. Oh my god, my cat. Rosie! But also, like, I don't know, celebrities like, Dakota Johnson. I love her.
Okay. And
I
you've
love
seen
her
her
so
enough
much.
that you just feel like you know her.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Harry Styles, anyone in One Direction, I just feel like I know them because, like, I've watched their documentary.
Mm-hmm.
I, like, know their family members. I follow their family members on Instagram.
Oh, that does not make it
It's
better.
like, I just, you know,
Mm-hmm.
feel like I know them in real life, but I've never met them.
Right. Yeah, I totally understand.
It's weird.
Maybe someday.
Oh, God, I hope. One can wish.
One can hope. All right. So,
Manifestation.
huh? Manifestation. Yes, that's our other keyword catchphrase here. Gotta
Oh, I have to
manifest
stop
what you
her
want.
from ripping up my mail. Hang on.
While you fix that, I will go over Gogrin's general reading. So we have, in the past, we have the Knight of Cups. In the present, we have the Six of Cups. And then in the future, we have the Ten of Swords. So we have a lot of cups, which is interesting. So the Knight cards, if you don't know tarot, Knights are kind of interesting because they could be one of two things. They can either refer to a literal person. Usually this would be like a young man, like a teenager, or like early 20s. Or it can mean an event. And because it has double meanings, I always forget what they are. So I always gotta look with the knights in the pages. But usually the Knight of Cups is like a young man who's very emotional. He's probably artistic, like maybe like an actor, somebody that really is into like the arts or is very emotional, wears his heart on his sleeve. He would be a romantic, an idealist. And since, you know, this is in your past, maybe this refers to like someone that you knew when they were this young. Maybe this is like going back to like high school days, and this is you or someone that had those kind of personality traits when you were younger. The nice thing about it being in the past is that the age is kind of like wibbly wobbly. If this doesn't sound like anybody you know, the knights also symbolize events, and the Knight of Cups is like an event that is brought on by high levels of excitement. So something emotional. He is like talking about romantic events. So this could be like a new love interest. This could be like proposals of marriage. This can be an event that has to do with the arts, because again, like the cups usually talks about the arts. So maybe this is like an event of like a play or a project or like an art piece that came about. So whichever of those two meanings resonates the most with you. In your past, maybe you were very artistic, or maybe there was like an artistic event that meant a lot to you. And then going into your present, we have the Six of Cups. Now, the Six of Cups, I always kind of remember as the nostalgia card. As you can see, we have like two young people in a field of flowers with the Six Cups. And this card really refers to like looking back, or something from your past kind of coming back to haunt you is like a negative way of thinking about it, but like something from your past reoccurring, maybe a person from your past coming back, or the nostalgia of your past influencing your present. Like maybe you've been thinking a lot about your childhood home, or maybe you've been thinking a lot about like the way things were in the past, and that's been weighing on your mind a lot. Maybe someone that you haven't spoken to for a very long time suddenly reconnected with you, or you've been thinking about reconnecting with them. The Six of Cups kind of encompasses all of that, like how the past and how nostalgia influences your present. And it's interesting that the Knight of Cups is in your past and the Six of Cups is in your present. So it seems like what it's saying is this person, this like young man who is very artistic, maybe that was you, or this like artistic kind of event that happened in your past is somehow going to influence your present, or maybe that person is going to reconnect with you. Or maybe if the Knight of Cups, if you think that is you, if that like really connects as who you were as a young person, maybe it's time to go back to your roots. Maybe it's time like to reconnect to that emotional, artistic side of yourself that you maybe haven't had the time or, you know, the free time to delve into lately. Maybe this is saying like you used to really, really love doing some kind of art when you were younger, and now is a good time to take the time and kind of check back in with that and try that again. And then in your future is the Ten of Swords. Now the Ten of Swords is talking about taking on, it's kind of a warning, which it's nice that it's in your future because that means that this future is totally avoidable. It just warns against like taking on too much of a burden. Maybe like you got asked to do another project at work that is already on top of your existing workload. Maybe, you know, you're trying to juggle too much stuff at once. The Ten of Swords is basically just warning like, hey, make sure that you make sure to find a balance in all the things in your life. Don't take on too much of a workload because you're gonna kind of bow under the weight of all of these responsibilities. So when you put these all together, general readings are really interesting because, you know, there's really no direction. You kind of just gotta take what the cards are saying and try to like adapt that to whatever it, you know, resonates with. But what this kind of feels like it's saying to me is like, in your present, maybe you feel like you're stressed, maybe you feel like that you are missing something, like there's like a part of you that just doesn't quite feel satisfied. And I think going back to your roots, going back to maybe an artistic side of yourself that you haven't really like given the time to explore in a long time would be really helping with this stress in your future. Like if you had a hobby, like I know, you know, Free Range TV will attest that like painting minis for him is super stress relieving, and like taking the time to do that really, really helps and is calming. If there was some kind of artistic hobby that you had in your past, I think taking that time to reinvest in it and find time to do that again is really going to help you to de-stress in the future. And it's going to help you avoid this future of, you know, literally bowing under the weight of responsibilities, because you'll have an outlet to kind of, you know, like take all those feelings and put somewhere, and it helps in a mindfulness kind of sense. That's the vibe that I'm getting. I don't know if that resonates with you or not, if that is even close to anything that you're feeling, but, you know, we take what resonates and we leave what doesn't. So I think this is saying, you know, look back on some of your creative and artistic hobbies and consider doing them again as a stress relief. And that's it. That's what I got.
Great job, Cece. Great job.
Thanks. We haven't done a general reading in a while, and I was kind of like, oh, I just gotta let the vibes tell me what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, and thank you for the follow. We just got a follower. Thanks for jumping in. Let's see, who's up next on the list? May Jester is going to be next. Let us know if you're still in the chat, May Jester, what kind of reading you would like. And just know that you're up next.
Trying to find another question.
Let's see. I'm trying to find a place to rent or move out. Can my reading be on that, please? If not, just a general reading. I would say that would be maybe like finance, because finance is usually tied with Pentacles, and Pentacles also is usually tied with like homes and deeds and like home property value kind of stuff. So I guess kind of like generally a general slash kind of we're aiming for Pentacles vibe, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Grogrin says, might give writing another go. I 100% approve. I am a writer myself. That is actually why I am up in Canada, because I am working with the writing department on a television show. And 100%, it is so therapeutic in a weird way, because, you know, everyone says write what you know, and you can really use writing and like what your characters go through, or poetry or memoirs or any of those things, to really like something about putting your thoughts down on a page really helps you to, you know, organize them, and it helps you to really think and reflect on things that maybe it's harder to be mindful of when they're just kind of floating freely around in your head. So 100%, give writing another go. What'll it hurt? Nothing. It hurts no one.
That's so true. If it doesn't hurt anyone, honestly, like, I always say go ahead. You know?
Yeah.
And there's only good that can come out of it, you know?
Definitely. Yes. Hi, Dunlin. Welcome. There is a Q Plus app extension added to our stream. So if you look, there's a panel underneath the video if you're on desktop. If you're on mobile, it should be their little icon, little black and white icon on the top of your chat. You just have to grant it permission, and then you can hit join, and you'll be put on the list. And if anyone is down near the bottom of the list and they feel like jumping to the top of the list, you can use bits, and it lets you kind of skip in line if you are in a hurry, as it is late for some people, so I totally understand if they can't stay up much later.
Yeah. My cat is... Can anyone hear Rosie?
I can't.
Okay, great.
So probably not. Oh, and we got another follow, I think. Gotta check. I cannot read that from this. I always have to wait because there's a little bit of a lag for me. Dunlin, hey, thank you for the follow. Yeah. All right. So, May gestures, kind of general, kind of financy reading. Shuffling for that.
Let's see. Ooh. Okay, do we want to do like something lighthearted or a little bit more serious?
Let's do lighthearted.
Okay. What would the adult version of an ice cream truck sell, and what song would it play?
Well, number one, why is an ice cream truck not for adults?
So true.
Like ice cream,
so
because
true.
everyone loves ice cream. I think maybe like, this is kind of stereotypical, but like maybe boba? I can totally see like millennials flocking to a boba truck.
Yeah.
What would it play? The only thing I can think of is like, okay, wait, does it mean adult, like, sex? Like...
No, I don't think so. I think it's just kind of like adult, like, it's anything adult.
Okay.
Like, that's for grown-ups.
Yeah, I think boba, because I don't know, at least when I was a kid, I didn't drink boba, but people now love it, and it would be easy to kind of like package in like one of those, you know, sealed cups with where you punch the straw through. And I think it would play like maybe some K-pop. I can see it playing some K-pop down the street selling boba.
Yeah, what a vibe.
Yeah, that would be a vibe. What do you think?
I think, OMG. I think, probably like, maybe like a caffeine truck.
Okay.
Because, like, you know, kids don't really have caffeine.
Well, at least
but,
they
like,
shouldn't.
Yeah, they shouldn't. And if they do, then, like, what is your child doing?
Yeah. Kids are energetic enough as it is.
Yeah, exactly.
They don't need more.
Yeah. Like, sugar for kids, I feel like, is what caffeine is to adults. So, like, a caffeine truck. And they have, like, energy drinks, soda, coffee, like anything that you would really want. And I think just some like, all I'm thinking is like, not lo-fi beats.
Like a chill, like the chill lo-fi tracks.
Kind of like chill lo-fi, but also like, is that too chill? Like, wouldn't you want something to like
get your attention?
Yeah, so maybe like workout music.
A little light EDM.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Kind of get the like something with a lot of bass, something that can get you like kind of energetic, excited, but then like, you know, you get your coffee or your soda or your energy drink.
I love that.
And you're on your way.
I love that.
That's my idea.
Yeah, Grogrin, sorry, I keep saying that wrong, says a Euro beat. Yeah, I could go with a nice Euro beat.
Yeah, period.
All right, so this is for May Jester. This is asking about your move. And hey, we were asking for Pentacles and we got Pentacles, so it worked.
Oh.
All right, so in your past is the King of Pentacles, in your present is the Eight of Pentacles, and in your future is the Nine of Wands. So the King of Pentacles talks about a person. This could be you, this could be somebody you know. And Pentacles are very about like finance and like hard work, down to earth. Again, I think the Pentacles a lot of like the Hufflepuff of the suits. So this is a person who is like very numbers minded, like financier, accountant, a banker, that kind of person, or they're like hardworking, very safe with their money, very budget conscious, reliable, maybe like a little on the boring side, but that's just because they're not spontaneous, they don't jump into things. In terms of like moving, this could be somebody that like you need help from, you know, like a banker, a realtor, any kind of like document, insurance kind of like expert would be a King of Pentacles. And when you're looking to move, obviously money is going to be like a huge proponent of that. It's really expensive to move. So perhaps like in the past, either you have been thinking a lot about this and, you know, in that way you've become the King of Pentacles, or it's someone that you needed like help or advice from. You had to go and talk to them. You needed to discuss the move with them. In the present is the Eight of Pentacles. This is talking about like working on a skill or like preparing for the future in like a working hard kind of way. So you can see like he's sitting at a desk working and all of his like pages are like the pentacles like flying up above him. So it seems like, you know, you're working really hard right now to see your goal achieved. Maybe you're, you know, working long hours to save up money. Maybe there's like other proponents of this move that are like really you have to like sit and buckle down to get it done. And this is in your present, and that's good. Obviously, like saving up now and working hard now is going to make it easier to move in the future. Or, you know, like working through the paperwork or working through figuring out who the roommates are. That's all something that needs to be done in your present. But in the future is the Nine of Wands. And this one is kind of like a cautionary one, but with a positive spin. So the Nine of Wands literally means like you feel tired and you feel like you can't go on any longer, but it's warning you to like push through to the end. So you can see like the Nine of Wands, he's been traveling a long way. He's walking down this really long path and he's down on his knees because he feels exhausted. But in my book, it says like, you feel like you can't go on any farther, but don't give in to that feeling. So I think like this move is going to be an arduous process, and perhaps it's like really beating on you, and it feels like, you know, it's never going to happen, or like I just can't work long enough, I can't save up enough money, I'll just give up. And what this card is saying is like, wait, hold on, don't give in to that feeling. The Nine of Wands is literally saying like when you feel like you can't go any step further, when you feel like you should just give up, the Nine of Wands says resist that feeling. You're so close to the end. The Nine of Wands is like the 9 out of 10, so it's like literally the last leg of the journey before the end goal. It's like the last little bit before the idealization and like the ultimate fulfillment. So I think like you're working really hard at this move. You've talked to you know, people that can help you, or you yourself have been like doing your research, you've been working really hard, you've been working through all the paperwork, and in the future, like right as things are about to happen, you're gonna get that feeling that's like, oh, I can't do it, I can't go on any longer, I should just give up. But it's the 9 out of 10, you're almost there. So this card's just warning, when you feel that feeling, power through it. Don't give up, because that's how you're gonna get to your goal at the end, by not giving up. So it seems like things are in motion, and it's maybe gonna take a little longer than you think, but just trust the process. Don't give up when you feel like giving up, because that's right when things are gonna start happening, is if you just power through to the end.
That's very true.
Yeah. And yeah, the deck definitely answered when I was like, hey, we should probably get some Pentacles with this reading. And it was like, yeah, I can do that.
Here's some Pentacles for you.
Yeah. So there you go. You know, when the going gets tough, just become tougher, I guess.
May Jester said thank you, very accurate and what I needed to hear.
I'm glad. I know, it's so rough, and I've moved several times in my life, and it sucks every time. And some of my moves were like definitely harder than others, but I'm so glad that every single one that I did was worth it. And you know, like, I wouldn't be the person I am today if I didn't move each one of the times that I moved. I always gained something new, and like it's gotten better and better every time. So you can do it. All right, next on the list is Free Range TV. Free Range, what kind of reading would you like? Let us know.
Okay, we have 4 more readings, right?
Yep. Let me double check. Yes, we have 4 more readings. Career, please. Okay. Yeah, so I would say, we're probably gonna wrap up after these 4 readings, unless anyone was in the audience and has just like not been able to figure out how to join the list or anything. Let us know, but if not, I think these are gonna be the last 4 readings of the night, and then we're gonna wrap it up.
Cool.
And this is Free Range's first reading.
Yay!
Oh my gosh! I'm so excited.
Oh, do we have like a readings are closed?
You know, I did on Devin's computer.
Oh no.
I can probably add it real quick.
Okay.
If you just give me a second.
I will ask.
Yeah, find us a question while I see if I can figure out how to do that.
Chat, I will be asking you this as well.
Yes, please ask them while I frantically look through my files.
What fictional characters have you had a crush on over the years? I'll start.
This is a fucking Pandora's box of a question, yep. Gianna. Are you sure you want to ask this?
Yes, of course.
Okay.
Because that's what I'm here for.
Okay.
Peter Millar is probably my number 1. I love him. Like, every time I watch The Hunger Games. I know I'm saying watch, not read. I'm saying watch because Josh Hutcherson.
So you just Josh Hutcherson?
I love him, but like, I just love Peeta. He's just so sweet, and he's just like so in love with Katniss.
Who doesn't love a boy that can bake, you know?
Period. Like, oh my god. Fat crush on him. What other fictional characters have I had a freaking crush on? Peeta Millar is the first person that comes to mind. Like, I just pure boy. Finnick Odair.
That's another good one.
Hunger Games.
I'm seeing a theme. Yeah, it's mostly Hunger Games.
Yeah, I love the Hunger Games.
Okay.
It's a very good movie.
Totally fair.
But like, Sam Claflin is just chef's kiss. I love him.
There we go. I did it. I did the thing.
Yay! Grogrin says Wednesday Addams, Raven Roth, Violet Pard, just to name a few. Okay. Yes. Oh, Peter Pan, I had a crush on for a while.
A lot of anime characters and like cartoon characters for me. One of the first ones that I had, not first, like one of the most embarrassing ones probably would be like Yuki Soma from Fruits Basket. I just adored him. There's so many. Like, I'm trying to narrow it down. I really, really liked David Tennant as the 10th Doctor. Huge crush on him for a long time. What else was I obsessed with? Like, a lot of fantasy book characters.
I'm gonna say it right here, right now. Jester Lavore, fat crush. Fat crush.
I know who that is, but remind me.
Critical Role.
Jester! Oh, yeah! Okay.
Fat
yes!
ass crush on Jester.
Yes!
Fat ass crush on Jester.
Oh, yeah.
But mostly fat ass crush on Laura Bailey. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Oh my god, I love her.
So cute.
Oh my
so
god. I love her so much.
I'm trying to figure out how to close this. I am very new with this app, so.
No, that's okay. Take your time. Take your time.
I have put up the close. There we go. Okay.
Let's see.
I think I did it.
Okay.
Yay. All right. Thank you for your patience. We're doing free range next. And
yay, free range.
I think they said career. Yeah, career reading. Gotcha. I will focus my energies on career.
Who else was like, I had a crush on Cody from Sweet Life of Zach and Cody. God, who else? I like
Warriors Wednesday says Riku from Kingdom Hearts. Oh my gosh. And Riku from Final Fantasy X. Different vibes, same name. I had a crush on Sora from Kingdom Hearts. I have like main character syndrome, as I said, so I always like fell for the boys that were the main characters, which has definitely changed later in life. Free range liked the pink Power Ranger as a kid. That's so cute. Gosh. I don't know why. Anytime you ask any of these questions, like when we're live on stream, I suddenly just like my mind blank. Thoughts, head empty. You know? Right? Like, fictional boyfriends. I have so many. Can I think of them right now? No.
No.
Yep. Right now, my fictional boyfriend would be Adrian Agreste from Miraculous Ladybug, because I rewatched all of that, and I adore that show.
I saw you making... Whoa.
All of my
TikToks about that.
all of my TikToks about that. It's
which
so cute.
I love for you.
Again, it's all cartoons. I always fall for them cartoon boys. Ooh, interesting. Okay. We got some new cards that we haven't seen yet. Which also means I have to remind myself what that one means, because I have not seen it in a while. Trust the process. Okay. All right.
Sorry, my records fell down on my table.
No, it's okay. It's cool. All right, so this is a career reading for Free Range TV. In the past, we have the Page of Swords. In the present, we have the Devil. And in the future, we have the Eight of Pentacles. So this is really interesting. So the Page of Swords is in the past, and the Page of Swords refers to either a literal child. This would be a child that is like very intellectual, very logic over emotion, a very studious kid, a kid that sees like everything in black and white. You know, ethics are very simple. There's good and there's bad, and if you do bad, you're evil kind of kid. One of those kids that like is maybe a little cold or stoic because they don't show their emotions well. Or this could be referring to disappointing news. This is an event it's a harbinger of news that is not what you wanted to hear. So since we're doing a career reading, this to me says that in the past, in some of your career, endeavors, you have gotten disappointing news. Either, you tried for a job and you got the news that you didn't get it, or maybe you were in a career and something life-changing happened that, kind of brought that career to a halt or standstill, or maybe you had to change careers entirely. Luckily, this is in the past. We're moving forward to the present. And in the present, we have the devil. Now, I know what you're all thinking. For those that aren't super knowledgeable about tarot, the devil seems bad. In tarot, the devil does not mean literally the devil. The devil refers to base carnal desires. It's literally just that instinct and more I guess animalistic nature side of ourselves. It's the side of you that wants to eat cake instead of eating a healthy salad for dinner, Yeah. And this isn't necessarily a bad thing, because there's definitely a time and a place to give in to those more baser desires. And in a career reading, what I would say is, maybe right now you have something that you want to do that maybe isn't the most logical thing. It maybe is not the most stable or practical career to go into. I'm one to talk, I'm going into the arts. But maybe that's your goal right now in a career sense. You want to go for that thing that you logically know it's not necessarily the smartest thing to do, but your gut tells you want it really bad. And that's not a bad thing, That's not necessarily gonna lead you astray. It just means that your career path might be a little bit more difficult or longer. Which brings us to the future card, which kind of talks about that, because the Eight of Pentacles is that apprenticeship card. It's that card that talks about studying or learning a new skill, or working as an intern. And so what that says to me is that whatever that career path that you want to do, and I'm purposely not reading the chat. I know that you're commenting, but I want to make sure that your reading is not being influenced by that. I'm just going off of pure vibes. So the career path that you want to do, you're going to have to work at a skill to do it. You're going to have to sit and train and study. This can mean literally schooling. The Eight of Pentacles can mean maybe going back to college or some kind of licensing or certification program to be able to do what you want to do. Or it can just mean if it's an artistic endeavor, it can mean just literally sitting and practicing that skill. And so what I think this is saying is you've had some, disappointing news about your career in the past, and now in the present, you're well, fuck it. I'm going to try to go and do a career that I want to do, regardless of if it's smart or not. And what it's just saying is that that's not necessarily impossible. You're just going to have to work at it. You're just, you're going to have to be that Eight of Pentacles. You're going to have to sit and practice that skill and get really, really good at it. But it's possible to make money out of doing that. And, if that means having to go back to school or practice or do an internship in the meantime, I think you should go for it. I think if not now, when? If you're going to live your whole life doing a job that you don't enjoy, is that going to be worth it in the end? Yeah. So true. I read this is a little tangential, but not quite. I read this really interesting article about the gambler's fallacy. And how, if we put a certain amount of time into something, even when we're done with it and we don't want to do it anymore, we don't want to give up on it because we think that we would have wasted all of the time in the past working on it. So, the gambler's fallacy is, oh, I lost $20, but I can't just walk away with my loss. I have to keep going to try to get that money back to make it worth it. Right. And in the end, you end up spending even more money. Yeah. In a career sense, I was reading about this person that was a lawyer, and they had spent 5 years or 6 years at college or whatever to become a lawyer. And that first year of being a lawyer in their field, they realized, I hate this. I don't want to be a lawyer after 1 year of working it. But they had that gambler's fallacy of well, you did 5-6 years of schooling to become a lawyer. You can't just give up now. You got to keep going. So then they spent the next 50 years being a lawyer and hating it until they finally retired, and they look back on it and they're that was 51 years of my life wasted where I could have given up after the first year.
Yeah.
That 4 or 5 years of schooling that I was worried about wasting made me waste 50 years of my life, you know?
I was just gonna say, like, I was just gonna bring that story up because I was like, that's what it's kind of reminding me of.
Yeah.
It's like the perfect example.
Mm-hmm. So I think what this is saying is, like, it might not be the most logical thing, it might not make the most sense, but you might as well try. And it's gonna be hard, you gotta be prepared to work for it. But what do you lose, you know, if you don't at least try for what you think will bring you happiness?
Yeah.
That's our career advice.
Wow.
All right.
Free Range TV says, I lost my job with the COVID hit. I haven't been able to get back into the swing of it. Painting, here I come.
Yeah, and I mean, like, miniature painting is a skill that there's a lot of companies out there that hire painters. Like, I think I saw Hierophant, which is, you know, one of the biggest miniature like shops on the internet, was looking at one point during the quarantine for miniature painters. You know, someone's got to paint them.
Yeah.
Why not you?
So true. And like everything I've seen Free Range do on stream is like
beautiful.
Literally so beautiful.
So gorgeous.
So amazing.
You've definitely
got so difficult if I did that.
Yeah. You've already got a whole portfolio of pieces, and your, like, even your photography of them is really good. Like, I'm always just amazed when you, like, even take pictures of your minis, how good they look on camera. So you just slap all of those photos together into a little portfolio. You know, submit that to a job. That's a whole artistic resume right there.
No, even though you're very, very new, Free Range, like, you still, like, have natural talent that, like, can't be replicated by anyone, you know? Like, you have a talent, and, like, you're working at it, and you're streaming it, and you're taking photos of it, and you're working hard at it, and, like, who's to say that, like, you can't do that to, like, sustain yourself in a career? Like, it's possible.
It's a skill, and it's a skill that, like, not a ton of people have.
Yeah.
It's marketable.
I wish I could fucking paint minis. Do you know how hard it is? It's so difficult.
Watch Free Range's stream. You'll learn.
I know. I mean, I painted one with Devin on stream once, and it was, like, literally so hard. Like, I was like, oh my god, I'm messing up everywhere. You have to have, like, such a steady hand. You have to have such an eye. Like, it's extremely difficult, but, like, Free Range does it with no problem. And so, like, yeah. I just, for sure, like, think that you should continue doing that.
Devin does paint minis, yeah. He does it for our stream. Since he has a 3D printer, he will, you know, print a mini and then paint it before Wednesday so that it can be used during combat on our stream on Wednesdays, which, if you guys didn't know, we do D&D on Wednesdays. Please watch. You get to interact live. Quick plug.
Yeah, it's like literally the perfect way to get into D&D if you haven't played D&D before. So
yeah, because you get to play along, so you learn on the fly how everything works. That's for sure.
Exactly.
All right. TK, you are next for your second reading. What kind of reading do you want for your second one? Thank you for being patient and staying with us all night. It's really nice to have you guys here. It's really nice not to be alone, just shuffling cards by myself.
And then Warriors Wednesday, you're on deck, so get ready for that.
Yeah, let us know as well, Warriors Wednesday, what kind of reading you would like.
And also sound off in the chat if you're still here.
Yeah.
So then we know.
Yes, please, and thank you. All right, TK. My theme tonight is money and a job. Those two go hand in hand. That's very true. Very true. All right. I'm already seeing a theme here. I like it. Oh, this is so good. This is very, very positive.
Yay.
And I know what all of these mean, so I can just go through it quickly without having to look anything up, which I love. I love that I'm learning. All right, so TK, your career reading. In your past, we have the 6 of Pentacles. In your present, we have the Magician. And then in the future, we have the 10 of Pentacles. So 6 of Pentacles is like the generosity card. This is referring to, you know, paying it forward, somebody that's helped you along the way, or if you are in a position to help other people, of remembering to do that. Did it not switch over? It did not. I thought I switched over to being able to see the cards. There we go. All right. So in your past, someone who was in a like better position than you in a career or in a financial sense helped you to get where you are today. We all, I always say this, we all stand on the shoulders of giants. So this is like, you know, maybe a teacher that taught you a skill that you need for your career field, or maybe it was a connection that you had that was like able to help you get a job. And this card is just kind of a reminder of like, look around at all the people that have helped you in the past and make sure that you thank them. Or if you're now in a position of like stability, or if you have experience or the ability to give someone a job, make sure that you are paying that generosity forward. So in the past, someone helped you to get where you are today, and now in the present, the Magician. This is a major arcana card. It's very positive. It is basically saying that you have everything within yourself that you need. So you see on the card, the Magician is juggling all 4 of the suits, the Pentacles, Wands, Cups, and Swords. And this really refers to like, he is in control of everything. He has everything he needs. And in the same way, in your present, you have all of the potential that you need. You have all of the skills, all the education, the confidence, all of that. You already have it inside of you. So when you're out trying to find that job, you need to remember that. I saw like a really funny TikTok that was like how to get a job. You walk in like you are the solution to all of their problems. Are you the solution to all their problems? Probably not, but you walk in there like you are, and they'll offer you that job.
I saw that TikTok.
Yes, the positive affirmation is so good.
I was like, oh my god, that is like literally, and she was like, I got the job.
Yeah. Am I
do
qualified? No.
No.
Did I get the job?
Right?
Yes.
It's the confidence.
Yeah. So the Magician is just telling you, like, when you're searching for a career, you have everything you need. You do not need to look at not feeling qualified or like not being good enough. Like, you have everything you need. So you walk into that job, you apply for those jobs because you have the potential already to be great. So just keep that in mind. And then in the future, 10 of Pentacles. Literally, it's a freaking treasure chest full of pentacles, which represents money. Like, if you can just walk through your life, remembering all those people in the past that have helped you where you get today, because everyone needs a little bit of humility, but with the confidence of the Magician, knowing that everything you need is inside you right now, and even if you don't know everything, you have the ability to learn anything, you know what I mean? Like, anything you don't know, you can teach yourself, or you can be taught to you. Especially with a new job, I always think about like, hey, maybe I don't know how to do this, but I learned fast, and that's all that's necessary. You'll get training on the job anyway. If you follow that, and if you keep that confidence with you, and if you just walk through life like you're the solution to their problems, it's going to lead to career and financial success, because we got the 10 of Pentacles as your future, which is literally like, boom, there's all the money and the success right there, all in that treasure chest, ready for you to take it. So really, really positive things. All good things. Just, keep that in mind.
Yay!
Yeah!
TK, that's awesome.
That's good. It's really good. Just keep those positive vibes going,
Yeah. And then Warriors Wednesday says they're still here and that they're thankful that we're helping them stay awake.
Oh, thank you.
Warriors Wednesday, what kind of reading do you want? Do you want general, love, career, or finance?
Career?
Let us know.
Yes. Don't worry about being that many in a row. It makes it easier because I'm already channeling that energy into the cards. So, they've already got the career going.
Yeah, exactly.
That career vibe.
Alrighty.
So TK, so I've been guided the skills needed to reach success. That's what this reading is saying. Yeah, it's just saying remember those that have helped you along the way. Now you're at a place where you have everything you need. So walk with confidence and it'll lead to success. All right. Career for Warriors Wednesday. I am such a paranoid shuffler Like, I feel like I need to shuffle a lot because I want to make sure it's like truly random. And that usually ends up me over shuffling. Also, like, my cards, their poor edges are getting frayed because I shuffle them so much. I really need to get I really need to get tarot-sized card sleeves because I would, number one, make this much easier to shuffle and much quicker, and number two, then these beautiful, beautiful cards wouldn't get destroyed by my giant man hands. I don't have man hands, but me manhandling them by shuffling them so much.
Handling them.
Yes. All right. Okay.
Okay, I have a question.
Yeah.
Should toilet paper hang over or under?
I don't care.
I do. It's over.
I don't know why people care. As long as there's toilet paper there, I'm thankful. I don't.
It's over.
I don't care.
I don't know why I care so much. It's just like when it's under, it just aggravates me for some reason.
It's one of those like OCD things that I just never caught on to. I don't know.
Thank you, Free Range TV. Free Range understands it's over. Warriors Wednesday. Under if you have cats that will play with it.
Yeah.
Okay, that's so
valid.
Cool because my cat did in fact. It sucks, but like, over for sure. Like, honestly, I hate under so much that I will have Rosie waste the toilet paper by like playing with the toilet paper because it's over, but I don't care. It's always over.
Yep, see, everyone in the chat is like so opinionated about it, and I just don't care. I don't care. It's
over
fine. Either way is fine.
Thank you, Krogren. TK Digiboy says, you know, when I look closely, Ciara, you could cosplay Lady Domestic.
No, I could not. Incorrect. I am very, very flattered. I am somewhat tall for a girl. I am 5'10", so I'm on the taller end of girls. Nowhere close to tall enough to pull off being a 9-foot beauty of a vampire. But also, I'm kind of seated in a way that you cannot see. I have the chest of a prepubescent boy. There is no push-up bra. There is no corset. There is nothing that would make me look like Mommy Knockers from Resident Evil.
I don't know.
This is all bra. Like, even the little bit of padding you see here, that's the bra. That's not me. So I thank you. That's very sweet of you. I would have to buy those like silicone anime boobs to be able to pull off that cosplay. There's no other way.
Do it.
Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
Freaking do it.
Anyway, Warrior Wednesday. This is your career reading. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. We've got like a little bit of everything in this one, which is nice. So, in the past, you have the Ten of Swords. We talked about this one a little earlier, but basically this is talking about feeling like you have the weight of the world on your shoulders, like having too much responsibility, having too many projects, having like you're juggling too much, and you just can't carry it all. So in the past with your career, maybe you've been overworked at work, or maybe it's not even at like a job, but with your life, you're juggling, you know, responsibilities maybe to your family, maybe to your job, maybe to your personal life, all of those things, and it just weighed on you, and you felt like you were gonna collapse because you just had too much going on, which is really can be stressful, especially at a job. Like, you know, most jobs don't pay us enough for the amount of work that they expect us to do, and it sucks. And I've been really trying to, like, in my personal life and at my job, really be conscious of what my actual job description is and how much I get paid for it versus when they start asking me to do more, you know, because businesses thrive off of people that are too afraid to say no. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that was you in your past, but the present is looking really so much better. Seven of Pentacles, it shows a woman next to a tree that is bearing fruit, literally like the pentacles as the fruit. And this one talks about basically like you reap the benefits of what you sow. So it seems like, you know, all of that work and all that stress in the past, though, like, sucks. it is still, you know, seeds that you have sown, and they're gonna grow into something beneficial. So like when you put in the hard work, you get the fruits of your labor. So it seems like, you know, maybe you did a past job really, really well, and that person remembers, and now they're going to remember you for the next project or the next job. Or maybe all of that hard work means like a promotion's coming your way. This card, you know, maybe if you don't have a job yet, maybe, you know, all of your hard work and all your dedication is going to really show off when you get that interview and you talk about all the work that you've done, and it's going to be really impressive to them because you've put in the work and you deserve now the benefits of that. You know, you planted the seeds, you get the fruit. That's what that means. And then the Five of Swords in your future is kind of just like a warning. It talks about like, and this one kind of is like out of left field compared to the past and the present. So this seems like something that's going to make sense more after it happens because it's in the future. But the Five of Swords basically means like people that get things through dishonesty their success never lasts. You know what I mean? So the vibe that I'm kind of getting is like you in the present are reaping what you sow because you put in the hard work and the effort. But then it's warning you in the future about, you know, either don't take the easy way out because that success won't last forever, or it's warning you of like a person that will maybe try to like be dishonest or you know, cheat their way to something, and just to be like careful of them. But just keep in mind that like, yeah, imitation, cheating, plagiarism, getting success through dishonest or fast and easy ways is not the path to true success. It never lasts. Yeah. So I think it's, you know, just keep going with your present, keep going with the hard work will pay off. Maybe not immediately. Maybe it takes, you know, like a tree. When you plant it, it takes years until it actually like grows and reaps fruit. But that's the success that's true at the end of the day. So just keep that in mind. That was your career reading.
Yay!
Hopefully that resonated. And then, last but not least, we have Dunlin. Sound off in the chat, Dunlin, what kind of reading you would like.
Warriors Wednesday says, wow, I just got off a 5-year rotation on a ship where I did 12 to 16-hour days, just transferred to a really good job with a great environment due to a recommendation from my bosses.
No way!
Also, thank you for your warning. Maybe I've become complacent.
That's crazy! Oh my gosh. That's literally, literally 10 of Swords into 7 of Pentacles right there.
Tarot knows. Tarot knows.
That's cool. That's really cool. You worked on a ship though? That's really, really cool.
That's super cool.
What kind of ship? Are we talking about like a fishing ship? Or are we talking about like a cruise ship? Just out of curiosity. You don't have to tell us. Maybe that's too personal, but I'm just curious. Wow. And then Dunlin, if you're still here, please let us know what kind of reading. A Navy ship. Wow. Yeah. Whoa. 12 to 16-hour days on a Navy ship. That's freaking back-breaking. Wow. Back-breaking. That's 10 of Swords shit right there. Holy crap. You'd be exhausted by the end of the day for sure.
Yeah, right?
I do not blame you. Yeah. But I'm really, really glad that it worked out and you got a good job because of it. Like, that's wonderful.
Yeah, that's great.
I'm really glad that all of that hard work paid off for you. Is it Military Appreciation Month? I think it is. I think I've seen that too. Well, hey. I appreciate all of your hard work.
Like, yeah,
Dunlin's
we appreciate
on the viewer
you.
list.
Yeah, Dunlin is not on the viewer list.
Oh, okay.
I
well,
just checked, so.
Then Warriors Wednesday, you are our last reading for the night. Thank you so much for hanging out and being patient and being here. We appreciate all of you guys, and this is really fun, and we're only a little over when we were hoping to end, so that ended up being kind of perfect.
Yeah, not bad at all.
Yeah.
Do we have anything to plug before we go?
Yes. So, for those of you, because I see some new usernames. So we do tarot every other Saturday. But our main stream is on Wednesdays. It's Twitch Slays D&D. We are a D&D stream that allows the viewers to play as one of the characters and you play along in the chat. So Gianna is one of our players, and her and 3 other players are live in the studio, but then the audience plays as the 5th player, and they vote in the chat and they make decisions for the 5th player. And they can like speak for the 5th player, which like we just had a TikTok that went slightly viral about it because our cast gets rickrolled a lot by the viewers when they
Did it go viral?
a little bit, not like hugely viral, but like it
got some attention.
It got some attention for the time that you guys got rickrolled by the chat.
Oh my god.
And that's the kind of power that the chat has in our D&D
funny.
stream on Wednesdays. And we just have a new show. Devin, who's our DM, and Damien, one of our other players, do video games on Fridays, and like you can also mess with them in the chat because there's a whole bunch of different options for like make them play upside down, make them play blindfolded, make them do all kinds of crazy stuff while they're trying to play their game, so you can really fuck with them while they're playing. It's really fun.
Yeah, super funny.
Make sure to join our Discord if you haven't already, because as I said, like we only do tarot every other Saturday, so it's really good to be in the Discord because then you'll get an announcement when we come back, and you'll get announcements and memes and all kinds of other fun stuff for all of our other shows.
Yeah.
And yes, yeah, Free Range, Scario Video Game Fridays. We're probably gonna find, it's probably gonna lean more towards the scary side because that seems to be the funniest parts of the night is when Devin tries to play a scary game and he jump scares really easily. It's really great. Would you like to read a sample of what I've jotted down thus far? If it's short, yeah, maybe just a little bit.
Or
put it in the Discord. Yes, yeah.
I was gonna say put it in the Discord if you want.
Yes. We have a channel called Art Sharing. So I just put the link in our Discord. Join our Discord and link it in Art Sharing so that we can all read it.
Yeah, that'd be
even
awesome.
those that aren't here live right now. That would be great.
Yeah.
All right. Have a wonderful night, everybody. We're gonna be rating one of our friends. If you would like to stick around, please, send them some love. Free Range. We're gonna go say hi to Maddie Morgs. And thank you all for joining us tonight. Have a great night, everybody.
Bye, guys.
Bye.